Man. What the fuck is going on? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? How are you all living, man? Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to the stream. Damn, Luke. The only thing is that little like slider or the coin moving. That thing is really annoying. This is gonna be my fake. I might have to pause it, twin. That thing is really annoying. I'm not gonna lie. That is really fucking annoying. But it is what it is. It ain't what it ain't. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to the stream. So good to see so many beautiful faces in the beautiful stream. Everybody always asks me, threadguy, why does the Bitcoin sign in the background say $80,954? And I say back to you, do you believe in the art of manifestation? Did you ever go to church camp as a kid? Okay, do you believe in belief? Okay, have you ever manifested? Have you ever closed your eyes, wished upon a shooting star? Have you ever asked the universe to make your dreams come true? Do you have dreams? Do you know how to dream? Do you know what a dream is? I ask you, do you ever yearn late at night and look up at the sky and think about what you could be? Chat, do you ever sit there? You ever yearn for something bigger? Yearn for something greater? Yearn for lands you've never discovered and successes you've never touched, can't even comprehend? Do you ever yearn upon a shooting star? Chat, that's what I propose to you. And so you ask me why the sign in the background is $80,000 per Bitcoin. And I ask you why you forgot to dream, man. Why you forgot to dream. God, it feels good to be back, man. We have so much to talk about. We have so much to get into. I got 2 streams and I got to go home. I got to go home for a day. Okay, I got to go home for a day. I'm going to miss Friday's stream. But yeah, no, the clock's broken. It's like an AliExpress clock, and it came, like, I think Bitcoin on the day we bought it was $80,900, whatever. And the screenshot said the listing said 80,900, and so we bought it. And I didn't realize it's like that's what it is. Like, it's like they update it day by day. They sell you the day piece. It's an AliExpress purchase. But if you're watching on YouTube and Twitter, and you want to chat, twitch.tv/threadguy. We have a lot to talk about, man. Market closes in 10 minutes. I hold a stock. I've held a stock for the longest I've ever held a stock. One time I held Intel from like $80 to $85, and I got scared. It went up too much, and I sold it. Then I went to 130 in a straight line. So I didn't make that mistake. And when Marvell went to 340 overnight, I'm like, oh, these hyper liquid traders know something that I don't. I'm obviously holding this now. It's $302. It is what it is. It ain't what it ain't. But the plan is I'm going to stream today. I'm going to stream today. You sub and no ads. I can't turn them off. They're as low. Some people do ads every 5 minutes. They're as low as they could possibly be. Is that live time updating right here, Luke? That thing is updating 351 in the top corner. That's live. That's going to change based off of, wow. Wow, that is some fucking unbelievable tech, man. Shout out to Luke, Elliott, the entire... I'll talk about it in a second, but I'm going to stream today. We have a lot to talk about. We have a lot to get into today. Just off my list, we have a bunch of intro stuff. We have war and oil back on the menu. I have a segment to talk about Israeli stocks. I bet you didn't even know that was the thing. Dan Loeb knows that's the thing. We're going to talk about the Israeli stock market today. We're going to talk about the regular market. We're going to talk about Quantinuum and the IPOs that are coming. It's tomorrow. It's a quantum IPO. It's really fucking hot, and it's an exciting one. We're going to talk about that. Broadcom earnings is today in an hour. And what's the intro song? Like, it was Ziggy Stardust by David Bowie, and then Hold Your Hand by the Beatles. Broadcom earnings, which I have learned is the comp for Marvell, which is very interesting. So that is that. We're talking about Israeli stocks. We're talking about the market. We're talking about IPOs. We have a Meta update. We have a PER update. We have to check in on D. Gill stocks. We have Tesla merger getting a lot of momentum. Novo launched in the UAE. We have Google updates. We have a whole segment about Eli Lilly. We have collectibles. We have crypto flows. We have Bitcoin. I might bring Tulip King on to talk about how Zcash had some. I didn't know Zcash had a chain, but that happened today. And yeah, there's a lot going on. So welcome back to the stream. Let's start a little roll call. Let's start with a little fucking roll call, baby. Viblet, what's good? Caleb, what's good? D. Gills, what's good? Rockefeller, Kevin, Agent, Greg, Elliot, what's good? Pre-rich intern, Clayboy Cardi, my favorite name. Art Mommy, what's good? Rectal, what's good? Crown, hidden character. Joey, what's good? J-Led, swings, it's moving too fast. I can't. G-Man, what's good? I can't read it. Jackson Ray. Pipe Bomb, Smart Dog, Wolf, Pudgy, welcome. Gintani, what's good? Riley, what's good? Priest, what's good? Twebo, what's good? First chatter, welcome. WW for the first chatter. Gaming, what's up, homie? Welcome to the stream. Braves, Kenyon, what's good? Wavy 80. First chatter, Mr. Shiv, welcome. Spoono Sounds is in here. Louds is in here. Tom Brady's in here. Clean's in here. Charlie is in here. Damn, we're really like moving up. Is Bitcoin dumping as we speak? Wow, it is. It's unbelievable. It's in a fucked up way. It's kind of beautiful. It's like if you ever have to ask the question, why is Bitcoin dumping? Just stop. It needs no explanation at any given moment. Its path to $10,000 per Bitcoin is preordained. It's just sit back and enjoy the fucking show. In a weird way, I almost feel as if you have a responsibility to participate in the dump. It is not enough to watch Bitcoin dump, but you must actively participate in its demise with shorts. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's 65 and just cratering, and altcoins look unbelievable. But all right, we have a lot to talk about today, and not that much time to talk about it. So I'm going to start real quick with, we did a rebrand. I think I'm not going to spend a lot of time getting all like sappy and whatever, but I am going to tell you that 10 months ago, we started this stream. If you're like a real OG, remember we started this stream in my old bedroom in LA with the orange couch in the background. And the only thing that we did was we interviewed 3 people a day. 3 people, 10 months ago, we interviewed 3 people a day. That was the whole stream. It was 90 minutes. I would get on, I would interview 3 crypto traders, and then we get off. That's what we did for 3 months. That's all we did. I didn't have a take. I didn't talk about anything else. And then 1010 happened. And then I was like, what the fuck are we going to talk about? And we started talking about stocks a little bit. We started talking about altcoins a little bit. And then the Iran war happens. And we're like, fuck, how am I going to get on and talk about crypto? I owe our community, I owe the pit coverage on the Iran war. And so we started talking about, we started with Professor Jang is how we started covering the Iran war. And then we started trading oil, and then semiconductors had the craziest bull run of all time. And then we started trading Intel, and we started trading Micron, and now we're trading fucking, I don't even know. We got a oil barrel in the background, and we're long Marvell. We're long Marvell and Zcash pair trade short BTC. It's incredible. So yeah, man, it's been 10 months since we started the stream, and it's time. Like, we started it with the PBS sort of feel. It was yellow, it was bright. Small Pepper was good. It was bright, it was loud, it was like, it was crypto. It was on chain. It was meme coins, and it's pretty obvious where we're headed now, which is like, this is going to be the place you come to hear about markets. Whatever's happening, we're talking about it. I'm definitely not going to be an expert on any of it, but neither are any of you. But as a collective, we get fucking smart, we get sharp, we figure it out, and we do what we've been doing. So it felt right. It felt time for a rebrand. Professional, bring this fucker to the stock market, suits on stream, dress shirts on stream. I can still keep my little like Starburst earrings, but dress shirts, got the overlay nice. What do y'all think of the overlay? You like it or no? Do you like it? Shout out, dude. I don't know who I can shout out and who I can't, but we work with the whole team just went so crazy. We worked with some unbelievable designers who just fucking cooked. No, the border's annoying. Yeah, maybe we'll get rid of it. Everybody in the whole team, even like the OGs, Luke and Elliot, Tulip King, Daniel, Malcolm, everyone cooked. We brought on some designers to work on it. Everyone went crazy. So even Luke went crazy. So that's the new overlay. And then I changed my PFP on Twitter. What do you think? Be honest. If you hate it, tell me. But I changed my PFP on Twitter. It's hella zesty, but if you think it's really zesty, you did not see the full photo shoot. These pictures we posted were the least zesty ones in the entire look. These are the least zesty pics in the entire lookbook. I'm not gonna lie. Okay? I promise you, these are the least zest. And I'm getting all these texts, and people are asking me like, yo, is this AI? And I'm like, bro, We spent we had a 14-hour. I came to stream on a Monday like 2-3 weeks ago and I was sick as fuck. That was because we spent 14 hours on a photo shoot. I had 5 different outfits. We had 6 different locations. I have like 4,000 pictures to go through. And yeah, man, it was like no joke. It was a whole day affair. Does this look like AI? No, it was 14 hours, dog. Seen this on your IG. Yeah, I'm gearing up for an IG post. By the way, I'm gearing up for an IG post. If Jensen bought Bitcoin, you believe in a 10% pump, probably would dump 10%. I painted my nails before, so they're like they're pink. They're not pink, they're like clear. They're like a little like, you know what I'm saying? It's like you're doing a photo shoot, you better go all in. You better go all in. You better get the nail. At the end of the day, we did a photo shoot so I could dial in my Riot profile, and they just happened to go well with the rebrand we were doing at the same time for Counterparty. And so it was a pretty dialed operation. It was like 2 birds, 1 stone. By the way, I'm thinking about an IG dump right now. You know what my caption's about to be? Also, do market close in a couple minutes. Just give me a second. I'm thinking about an IG post right now. Watch this. Watch this. Wait. You want my IG caption? This is gonna be the quote. Stanley Druckenmiller. I prefer to put all my eggs in one basket and watch that basket really close. Yep. Ball knowers no. So that's the rebrand. Nothing crazy. I know, like, you know, it's a rebrand, but I hopefully this is gonna lead to some great stuff down the line. It is. It's gonna be good for guest outreach. They're gonna see our stuff. They're gonna like it a lot more. It's gonna be tough. Like it's gonna do a lot for us. We're working on some sick guests right now. The plan is no stream on Friday, but I'm interviewing Andrew Kang, who's on the fucking podcast circuit right now. He's on the podcast circuit, but I'm gonna give him the best interview and I'm gonna post it on Friday. So you're not gonna have me live, but you're gonna have an interview. You're gonna have an interview of Kang Friday. He's on the podcast tour right now, but it's our first public CEO. And so I was thinking about I would start this. I gotta have Malcolm start the stream and just like a live stream the premiere. But I figured like, I can't react. I can't talk. People are gonna be shilling bullshit in the chat. I don't think it made a lot of sense. So I'm probably not gonna do that. All right, couple intro things, and we're gonna do market close because we have a lot to talk about. Number one is, bro, today's game 1 of the NBA Finals. Today's game 1 of the NBA Finals. It's in San Antonio, but I'm telling you right here, right now, I'm just gonna say this. Chamath has this take, and he's like, whatever field you're in, if you're really serious about the field, you should do whatever you can to get to the mecca within said field. And so he's like, if you're in finance, you should be in New York. If you're in crypto, you should be in Abu Dhabi, which I don't really agree with. If you're in film, you should be in Hollywood. Comedy, you should be in Hollywood, so on and so forth. I'm just telling you, if you're a finance guy and you're on the fence, you have to do it. Just do it, bro. New York right now is so fucking up. And we're getting the finals. I was saying I'm not going to go to a game because tickets are so expensive. Maybe I'll do a little like crowd. Maybe I'll do a little GoFundMe with the Twitch chat. Do like a little subathon for a day. But dog, I got to go to a game. I mean, it's the NBA fucking finals. Me, Malcolm, D. Gills, Donald Trump, and Trader Main. It's the NBA finals in New York City, bro. The Knicks haven't been to a finals game in like 20 years, 25 years. When was the last Knicks finals? 25 years. I'm telling you, I know you can get a lot off the internet. You can make a lot of connections. You can do whatever you got to do on the internet. You got to be young, hot, and have motion in New York at least one time in your life. Malcolm, thanks for the 20. Just 20. What the? You got that company card giving 20 gifted. At least gift them if you're going to gift them. You got to be young, hot, and have motion in New York City at least one time in your life. You have to do it. And so I'm just saying, if there was ever a time, New York City is so fucking up right now. All right, second topic real quick. As I was thinking about this today because I went to bed at like 3, 4 a.m. last night because I was watching this fucking Marvell position. And I saw this Brian Johnson tweet. And he goes, it would be interesting to measure the biological age impact of crypto versus other professions to evaluate if it's an accelerant of aging process. trading has got to be the single highest accelerant of aging of any profession in the entire world, maybe other than like professional athlete. It's got to, I would imagine this thing has taken like, I'm probably at least 5 years off of my life so far and rapidly accelerating. And honestly, if I knew what the final number was, I still wouldn't stop. You can't stop. You cannot stop. It's one of those things, if you really want to do it, you got to do it. But Warren Buffett's, how old am I? I'm 24. Warren Buffett is unk, and he's still going strong. He's still sharp. He's still got a sharp brain. I am going to tell you, though, this thing, I had to not close, but I had to trim one of my Zcast positions because there was going to be no way I couldn't stream. I was struggling to stream because I'm watching the charts too closely. So I had to trim some positions so I could stream. It's really, it's coming at a hedge here. It really is coming at a hedge here. So it's bad on date. I'm on dates looking at TradingView. Renting out King Suites and hotels. I'm looking at TradingView. I'm on Hyperliquid. It's brutal. It's brutal. So I'm just letting you know that if you're here, you got to just accept it for what it is. If I could drive, I'd be looking at Hyperliquid while I drive, but it's the greatest game of all time. I wake up in the middle of the night to check TradingView. It's pretty dark. It's pretty fucked. I wake up every hour to check TradingView, but when I wake up, I make an effort to go look at the sun before I look at my phone, as if it helps. But it is what it is. It ain't what it ain't. It is 4:04 p.m. EST, and you know what that means. If you're watching on YouTube and Twitter and you would like to chat, twitch.tv/threadguy is the only place to chat. It is officially 4:05 p.m. EST. You know what that means. It means the stock market is officially closed. Yes, sir. All right, you know what I want to know. What are you in? What are you out of? What did you buy? What did you sell? What did you make money on? What did you lose money on? What are you looking to enter? What are you looking to exit? What do you like? What do you hate? What are you in cash? What did you make money on? What did you lose money on? Tickers. What do you got, baby? What do you got? Soxel, Hype and Zeke Longs. Hype looks unbelievable. Oh my God, Bitcoin. They're just cliffing it. They're fucking cliffing it right now. They're sending that thing off. They're like Craster in Game of Thrones. They're just giving it. They're giving it up. They're giving it up right now. It's brutal. It's brutal. Hype and Lit first chatter as well. Permacope. Short XLM first chatter. God, welcome to the stream. You like that Game of Thrones Craster pull? Palantir short. Comfy in a Hype long. Let's go. Tickers. I want stocks. What do you got? Made an M on Bitcoin and I still short it. Nice. Is always Oracle. All my eggs in one basket. Watch it closely. Good to see Hype strong. Is it? Oh my God. This is so annoying. It's just like so fucking annoying, ladies and gentlemen. Long on life. GME. Bitcoin going through the moon door. It's going the wrong way. You still holding spot Bitcoin? Yeah. You trade stocks on Hyperliquid only when I'm overseas. What else? Railgun, totally bought. Nuke plot. Nice bags, brother. Nice bags. What did you just time out? I was gonna click that link. What else? What else? What else? Lighter looks really good. I'm not gonna lie. Blackberry also looks really good. Entered Blackberry. I wanted to see that link from Flood. So did I. Why'd you time him out? What else? Near Intel, Reddit -5 to +0.5, Ondo, 2x Marvell, and per Google Micron. What do you think of Google right now? I'm interested. I don't like to fade Mando stocks. They usually perform pretty well. First chatter, Nokia. Where'd you come from, Austino? Welcome, brother. Oh, Flood posted. Yeah, this is a good one. Bounce or die. I hate when people do this, but it's a reasonable spot. Bounce or die, Flood. Okay, a couple more seconds. You got like 30 seconds to get your tickers in. What do you got? Had a Marvell short. And it would have printed liquidated by a cent. Are you shorting on Hyperliquid? It's pretty fun if you are. Twitter, I saw your cute pictures. Wow, welcome to the stream, brother. Thank you. Why is WorldCoin pumping? I don't fucking know, man. It's a bad look. VVV. I like VVV a lot. All right. Hey, before I look, any metals chads in this chat, do you want to claim your spot right now? And DNAP, let me know when earnings come through while they do come through. In copper, gold, copper. Uh-oh. 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 And boom. All right. Market closed. Officially, the market has closed. This is one of the redder days in a while. CrowdStrike just announced it's doing a 4-to-1 stock split. It's down 8% after hours. Let's get there in a minute. Let us start with the SPX. Comes in at 7,553 and 67 cents. 67 cents. It is down 0.75% on the daily on news that we are still at war. Oil is still going up. Also, yeah, why do I have the EMAs? I put these on so I could figure out where to sell Marvell, but I don't know how I don't even know how they work. Down 0.75%. One of the biggest, one of the nastiest dailies we've had in a while. It's crazy. When I decided to buy stocks and hold them overnight, I did not sign up for this. This is not what I signed up for, a red day. It's really the first like real red day in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like 10 dailies. I mean, it's been like 10 days since we really had a red day on the SPX. NASDAQ 100 down 0.36%. The Dow down 1.21%. The Russell down 1.3%. The Q's down 0.25%. The SOX is not allowed to go down. It is not allowed to go down. It's up 1.76% on the day. And then IGV just back-to-back days getting kind of popped. Down 4.3% today. Software kind of getting crushed once again. Return to mean, I guess. Return to mean, if you will. All right. Cryptocurrency. Let's just do it. Let's get it over with. First and foremost, the Bitcoin chart is absolutely fucking horrid. 100-line IGV make or break. Let's look at it real quick. I like the 90-line on IGV. It just is boring. Your new PFP are so sick. Thanks, brother. I like the 89-90 line on IGV. It's just like boring. It's like it's boring and it could fucking chop here forever. It's a little bit boring. Oh my god, ETH. We'll get there in a minute. All right, first and foremost, Bitcoin is terrible. It's terrible. I don't really have anything to add other than the problem of Sailor now is that you gotta factor in every purchase of a Bitcoin by Michael Saylor in strategy is a potential Bitcoin that can be sold. It's a very weird thought process to think about because before it was liquidity to front run because you knew he was going to buy a lot and not sell, and maybe liquidity to sell into. Now every Michael Saylor buy is you got to get out. It's like a gift from the heavens to get out of Bitcoin. It really is. It really is now that. And so I'm going to be honest. If you believe in Bitcoin, it's probably not a terrible time to buy some spot, to start nibbling at some spot. You could buy lower. I would imagine it's a reasonable entry point, but you got to have some balls of steel. And it's it's just a brutal spot. You still have some Bitcoin. I do. I have a couple Bitcoin. I don't know the exact amount, but it's not, it's horrible. At one point, 90% of my portfolio was in Bitcoin. At this stage, it's like 10%. I think it's like 10%. And it's grim. It is definitely grim. I'm through and through a Bitcoin maxi. I've spent so many hours of my life fighting with normal people about why Bitcoin is such a special asset. And at this moment in time, I would imagine it's some of the worst forward-looking narrative it's maybe ever had. It is kind of ironic. Like, I almost want to play this. I almost want to play some of this
brainer people have caught up to.
I probably won't right now. But like,
but
It's kind of sort of long sense coming not in this cycle because that are about look at drones. Some participants they and starting is their whole and they exercise the bound market what it is in during
that it like you have to fight your emotions, you have to fight your sort of natural feelings. At the point when you want to sell, it's
I'll come back to it and find exactly what I want to play. But yeah, I don't know. Bitcoin's been here before, but this one feels particularly rough because it isn't like there's a global. I mean, look, we know the take. There isn't this global bear market. Everything is at ATH. It's maybe a decent spot if you want to start nibbling, but you're definitely praying to the heavens on BTC. And the weekly is just disgusting. You know what I've always found so interesting about charts is the way they're like symmetrical. Like this is one of the most interesting thing about charts to me is the way that they're like so they love to be symmetrical, you know? It's like you have this, you get this action down here, you get this action down here, you get this, you get this. And so like I'm kind of inclined to think that we will just hang out here. It'll be very scary. We'll probably make new lows, maybe test 50, something like this. But charts are so fascinating how they do this. Like it's pretty beautiful actually, the way that this works. But that's Bitcoin. On a higher note, Hyperliquid looks incredible as always, seemingly. In the midst of Bitcoin just getting destroyed, Hype is so unbelievably strong. It ate this up last night. It got as low as 67. A lot of people were posting 59, previous retest of all-time high, as a place to bid. And once again, if it's really a breakout, the market's not going to give it to you, and the market did not give it to you. And so, Spit, thank you. It just did not give the entry. And so, Broadcom nuke, let's look. I was going to get there in a minute, but how bad is it? Ugh, God. What does that do to Marvell? Ugh, God. It's horrifying. We'll come back to it in a minute. That's nasty. They missed earnings or what? God damn, minus 7%. No, they double beat. The earnings is always no one knows how to trade earnings. This is what I've learned in stock market. No one has any fucking clue how to trade earnings. It happens every single time. It's like, remember the Amazon earnings? They like leg down and then they just like rip it back up. So maybe it didn't. Yeah, it's a weak beat, but it's a beat. It's like, why set the metric at a certain level if you're not satisfied with it being higher? It's like they almost want a crush. They want like a crush. Set it lower then. Set it lower if you want a crush. We'll come back to this and see what happens. But let's finish with crypto. I think Hyperliquid looks incredible. I think that the reason there is opportunity in altcoins right now is that everyone's really scared to bid them, and that is because you have this Bitcoin overhang. And so as long as there is Bitcoin overhang, it's impossible to be consensus that we're going to go higher in crypto. And so there's always going to be this large pool of sideline capital that's like forced to buy, and then they get stopped out, and then they buy, and then they get stopped out, and then they buy, and they get stopped out. That's why there's some edge in this trade. I think there's like spread to be captured on alts if you're brave enough and if you're right that Bitcoin is getting crushed. And so it's how I would think about it. I still believe Hyperliquid can go really high, but I'm going to be honest, like when this thing is at 67, 68, 69, I do not feel good. When it's at 73, 74, I feel great. I'm pretty emotional on this trade. I'm up a decent amount, but I'm pretty, yeah, I find myself so emotional on altcoins. Like I'm just going to keep it a buck. I have very little conviction in these coins at this stage. I have a lot of hype. I have a lot of VVV, and I have a decent amount of Zcash, and I'm like super emotional in all three of them. I don't know what to say. Like, it does not feel great being in alts right now. You know what it is? It just feels ridiculous that I'm to talk about altcoins right now. Like, it feels like such a waste of time to talk about altcoins when these stocks are moving the way. Like, when I watched what happened to Marvell and traded that, and yeah, maybe I missed a top tick, but it feels so ridiculous to be talking about altcoins when stocks are moving the way they're moving. So we'll see. I have the biggest bag of hype. I have the second biggest bag of VVV, which looks unbelievable. I had a buy order on this yellow line that to double my position. I closed it last night. I didn't let it fill. I didn't let it fill. Should I have? Maybe. It's basically at the exact price, a little bit higher as to where I didn't let it fill. But yeah, I didn't let it. I did not let it fill. I closed the limit order because I just was not feeling good about alt. I don't know. I wanted to go to bed. I wanted to sleep. I did not feel good. The one that I feel the best about is VVV, I think. Hype in VVV. Zcash, I'm like fucking wonky about. I'm ready. I'm so ready to capitulate my Zcash bag. I mean, it would take nothing to walk me out on that. I'm not going to lie. It would take absolutely nothing to carry me out on the Zcash trade. I mean, I'm talking like the market makers come together and they're like, we want threadguy out. It would take like a 5% red candle. I'm out. Like, it would take nothing to get me out of that trade. Literally nothing to get. Like, if you want to try, go ahead and get me out. Just get me out. I almost am. I was trying to go to bed last night. The way I traded this is I had a buy. I had a fill at 641 yesterday. Set for like the last week because I'm looking at the chart and I'm like, all right, if we pop 641 with volume, we're going straight to ATH. And it pops it with volume and I'm like, all right. And it fills and it's like the top tick. And then I'm trying to go to bed last night and I can't because I'm oversized in Zcash and it's at $600. And I'm like, oh my God, why did I do this? Why do I always do this? I oversize and then I'm stuck and then I can't sleep. And so I had to cut a lot. I filled the top shoulder. And so I had to just cut a decent amount of it, went to bed. Now I feel good about it. But I'm so ready to get out of this one if you want to carry me out. The one I feel the best about right now is VVV, which I think looks really good. It's crazy how good these coins look, given what Bitcoin and ETH are doing right now, which we'll get to in a second. But Eric Voorhees, also, what's good, Mando? Eric Voorhees is going on Ansem and Banks stream tomorrow, and I'm fucking excited for it. I'm not gonna lie. I am excited for it. I think he's a Chad. I think the guy's like a real deal Chad. And I'm excited for it. So maybe we'll watch a little bit of it tomorrow. And then last but not least is Near, which, yeah, looks disgusting. Looks disgusting. I mean, it is a nice chart. Mando, the fucking guy. So I'm saying I want to fill Google because he doesn't really miss that much. Also, if you're watching on YouTube and Twitter and you want to chat, twitch.tv/threadguy. There's a lot of people over on YouTube. I have not tested it out. Maybe I'll do it today during the stream. I'm putting it off. I had a busy day yesterday. We're trying to get the branding right and be able to roll shit out. But all right, crypto majors. First and foremost, oh my God, Solana $72. Oh my God. Okay, ETH is 1,800. It is now officially down 15.5% since David Hoffman went on Twitter and publicly sold every dollar that he held in Ether. That is crazy. Thanks, Rick. Is anyone short these tokens? That is, wow. I mean, look at this chart. Where do you go from here on ETH? Where do you go from here on ETH? I mean, I think, like, look at this. Tom Lee and Sailor are going band for band. You're short from 4,800. All right, 17 hours ago, price is way worse now. Tom Lee's Bitmine is down 9 billion on 5.4 million ETH. And Sailor Strategy is down 7.6 billion on 843,000 Bitcoin. I mean, they're going band for band. Who can lose more money? Genuinely, I don't know why they let Tom Lee go back on CNBC. And by the way, Tom Lee, if you're watching this, no shade. I want to get you on the stream. But why did he goes on CNBC every day and they're like, Austin, thanks for the gifted. He goes on CNBC every day and it's like Tom Lee's thoughts and it has like 20, 30. I mean, he went on yesterday. He went on yesterday. Is the Bitcoin thesis broken, Tom Lee? It's like, brother. I mean, these have 171,000 views on the Tom Lee video. It's like, why?
Joining us now, Tom Lee, head of research at Funds, about you, because you sort of said that S&P is going to be up, 8% this week, and a lot of times it was borne out, and but basically off, not quite.
I mean,
of said people, and you're going to be wrong one of these days, but you're right again this time. So well from time to time. You can't do it forever, though, Tom. You're going to be wrong one of these days, but you're right again this time.
what? What do you mean you're going to be wrong one of these days? I mean, again, no shade. I want to get Tom Lee on the stream, but he's like the singular most wrong person. Like in history, I don't know. Since what?
Yeah, well, yeah, thank you, Joe. I know it's been a tough market for folks. I mean, I'm not surprised. We were kind of expecting 2026 to be a year where turbulence could happen and people would see head fakes. But there's still some really powerful tailwinds for America. One is, of course,
sometimes I watch this stuff as trad media, and I think we're all just trading different markets. Sometimes I watch traditional media, and I think we're all just trading different stuff. Like I think we're just trading different market. I mean, clearly we are, but I think we're just I think we're just trading different stuff. Here's something to timestamp. Watch this. On ETH. Nope, not Andrew Yang. Andrew Kang. Who keeps giving you money? I don't know. That's maybe a Mando question. Tom Lee's ETH thesis is retarded. September 24th, 2025. September. Oh my God. Holy God, dude. Right here. Wait. September 20. Unbelievable. Holy fuck. Look at this. Fred, you're looking so fly today. Aren't you chopped usually? Yeah, it's the e-girls got me fired up. Wow. Andrew Kang wrote this article on September 24th, 2025, who's now the CEO of RoboStrategy. Oh, paste the tweet. You're right. I forgot you could do that. Wow. He says, Tom Lee's, that is unbelievable. Wow. I mean, that's got to be one of the better tweets of all time. Andrew Kang comes on Twitter, says Tom Lee's a fucking retard at the pico top of ETH, and then pivots into robotics and launches RoboStrategy. This is sorry to like harp on this. Can we listen to a minute of this though?
the AI story. And now we're learning about the energy independence, right? America can deal with high oil because we're not going to have a shortage of it. And then there's further tailwinds coming because as AI moves downstream, it's really benefiting American businesses. I think that's why S&P earnings came in with just the first quarter $10 hot down. This could happen.
So I mean, things hitting the fan. Not only did that happen, it's bad, but pretty steep. And you said it's already done, and by the end of this month, we're going to be significantly higher. And it was right in the midst of things hitting the fan. Not only did that happen, we took off in April, just like you said, and we've continued in May. So, I mean, you could take a complete victory lap. And we've got so many people that come on here that have no idea what the market's going to do near term or long term.
Wow.
And it just contrasting, what you do so well from time to time. You can't do it forever, though, Tom. You're going to be wrong one of these days.
Man, that is crazy. I mean, the DAT is undeniably one of the worst things that ever happened to crypto. And if you watch this, I mean, this is all just Tom Lee. This whole move. He gave the most generational exit of all time. Barely snapped top. I mean, it touched an ATH by like $1. And then that was the game. So it's I don't know exactly what that means, but it looks terrible. And then second, on the list is Solana. I mean, this thing is rough. $72 today. 72.28 is crazy. I don't know where this thing stops. If you were a buyer of Solana, I think 67 is a decent level if you wanted to buy this. But again, I don't know why you would want to losers average losers, man. I don't know why you would want to buy any of this stuff. Any of it. Just don't pay attention is how I'm thinking about it. I would not pay attention. Also, let's add Per to our crypto list. We're about to get to big AI in a minute. Hyperliquid strategies. So add Per. This is great. Looks awesome. So yeah, Sol is. I mean, does anyone have a before we move on? Sol ETH position. Is anyone long Sol, short ETH? Long ETH, short Sol. I'm very curious. What's your thesis on Hype? It's the only product I use every day. Short ETH, short Sol. It's probably a little scary to be super net short around here, but this is what we're looking at. All right. Bond yields are all up. 2 years up, 10 years up, 30-year is up. And the VIX is up as well as oil makes some relative highs. Metals, Chads. Silver, gold, copper. Where are we? We'll start with silver. I think it looks terrible. I don't know why exactly it looks terrible. I guess there's just only so many things we can pump at any given moment. Silver looks pretty fucking gross, huh? This thing is 72.9 on silver. I'm not interested in silver. I don't know the metals. But did you post your thesis on Hype? No, I never posted a thesis on Hype. Silver is just rough. This was a pretty gnarly fake out. I almost bought this. Rex, thanks for the gifted. I almost bought this. I didn't do it. Gold as well just looks weak and uninspiring. I'm down to buy this stuff higher, like gold at 49. Interested. At this stage, not interested. And the one I like the most is copper. And it just got reject fucked at ATH again. Once again. Is anyone long short copper? I don't know. This is the squiggle I drew. I liked it. You know I like this copper trade. I think it has some AI, bottleneck tailwinds. It's got the thesis. It has the chart. It has the the KOLs, the IRL use case, whatever it is. But it's a bitch to trade, man. Look at this. What the fuck happened here? Why did it do this? 25. Is there any YouTube coverage on copper? No. Nothing. Mando's in, which is nice. I don't know. I've liked copper. I'm into it. I want to trade it, but I said I was going to buy the yellow line. It hit the yellow line. I didn't buy it, and now it's under the yellow line, and I just convinced everybody else to get in it. So I don't know. We'll see what happens there with copper, and then Monero's on this list for whatever reason. Stretch. I don't know what happens here, by the way. How does this play out? I have no idea, but this is a pretty scary. I mean, nobody wants to touch this thing. The more no one wants to touch it, the farther it drops, the higher yield they have to offer, the less amount of time they can fund the dividends. I mean, how low does this go? What do you do with is Mano? I think Mano's been tweeting about it. Four weeks ago, by the way.
Yeah. They said, Mike, don't touch the Bitcoin stack. Now I'm buying more while they fading into black. SGRC printing, engine running clean, watching debt transform into the Bitcoin dream. Turned on the BTC drive, no shame in my face. 65 billion and I'm still winning the race. They panic when I say, sell a little coin just to prove the whole market doesn't break or get destroyed. Company fine, Bitcoin fine, world still spins. You scream Ponzi while the weak cave in. Bitcoin getting stronger every cycle, reborn while I keep building through the middle of the storm. I'd like nothing better than to rip your wings off every short position getting weaker when we lift off. I'd like nothing better than to rip your wings off. We
The funniest part about this
use
whole
the
thing.
equity ATM, yeah, we said it with pride. Then this DRC machine came alive on the side. More tools, more options, more fuel for the fire. While the shorts pray every quarter that the stock expires. I buy Bitcoin like development land.
The worst part about this, by the way, is Jeff Walton just staring at me in the face. Jeff Walton, dead center, just looking back at me. Hold on, let's do something real quick. Jeff Walton just dead. God, how do I? Is there like a clear all chart? I fucked this chart up. All right, we're good. Oh my God, stop. Stop! No. How? That is fucking unbelievable. Bro, wow. Bro, come on. That is... God, markets are ironic. Anyways, that's I mean, this is horrible. They didn't buy any Bitcoin, did they? That is pretty horrifying. They bought no Bitcoin today. Did Mando have a good tweet? Somebody had a good tweet about TradFi status. What do you got? Quantinuum prices upsized US IPO, of course. It's hyper liquid. No, Mando did not tweet about it. But yeah, this is I don't know how this ends exactly. We should maybe get a big stretch bear on the stream at some point in the near future, but it's pretty horrifying. Is pretty fucking horrifying. And then we have uranium is down 6% today, and then Sols, the Ansem rare earth metal stock. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. First and foremost, oil is back on the menu, ladies and gentlemen. Crude 96.30 a barrel, Brent 96.9 a barrel. This ends below 40K. Nice. Crude's up 3%, Brent is up like 2.5, give or take, and we have oil clips to watch again. We're not done with oil. Defense Palantir had a nasty day. I'm out of this. Down 6.5% to $142. It sort of led the IGV cratering down 4.3. Not great. And then all defense is red. Raytheon down 1, Northrop down 2, and Lockheed down 0.3. All right. Big tech, semis, AI, a little bit of SaaS, a little bit of hyperscalers, a little bit of mags, a little bit of everything in between. You know how we do it. Charts make no sense. Our lists don't make any sense, but this is how we do it. Number one, leader on the day, RoboStrategy, ticker bot, CEO Andrew Kang on tomorrow's to-do list, interview with threadguy. This thing's up 15% today. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. It is now officially back above the level where Andrew Kang announced he's the CEO. And it's printing kind of a fun chart. It's just... It's a fun chart. It's a really fun chart. That's the leader. Number two is when can I buy on Hype? I know, good question. I can ask. We can all like tag Shoku. SanDisk. Number two, gainer puts in a gnarly candle. It is now $1,831 a share, up 6.7%, printing another definitive all-time high, and has one of the most ridiculous charts I've ever seen in my entire life. This thing is unbelievable. Second gainer here is Intel. It's almost back above the Trump P&L screenshot level, and it's good to see Intel doing well. Third is Meta. Rare green day on Meta. They had some announcements today on some AI monetization stuff. This thing's up 4.2% 1%. Thank you on the overlay. Is anyone long Meta? This is the stock. This is the stock guy's favorite stock. I'll tell you that. If you're like a real stock guy, if you're a real DCF guy, if you're a real like TradFi type of fellow, you love Meta. You love Meta. You looking for a gap fill to get you to what? Like 650? Not bad. The real stock guys really love Meta. AMD up 4. Qualcomm. Jensen did call it the best AI company today. I have that clip. We'll watch that. I should just watch it right now. Was this today for sure? Maybe we should watch the Jensen, the full Jensen.
Nobody uses AI better than Meta. And so if you look at the way that they're using AI, AI went from a classical recommender system running on CPUs to now a generative AI agentic system that is making recommendations. Everything from the way social media works and the way they recommend ads and help advertisers create content has fundamentally been changed. And their earnings show it. And that's the reason why they're investing so hard. They see just a much larger future potential for it. Nobody uses AI.
You think it pumped because of Jensen, or did it pump because of oh fuck, what do I have? I have a Meta thing here somewhere. Here. Meta launches AI-powered business agent across WhatsApp, Instagram, and Messenger. Automate customer interactions. More than 1 billion businesses already use business agents on Meta. Agents can answer questions. It's probably because of Jensen. Also, I keep getting this notification on my Instagram that says like, you can now earn $300 just for sharing eligible reels and receive more reach to help grow your followers faster. Terms apply. Is anyone else getting that? I'm getting this noti every day on my Instagram. They're pinging me nonstop about this. Is it DM? Is it a scam? No, it's real. It's real. It's real. It's real. Apply to Creator Fast Track. Earn $300 or more over 3 months for posting Facebook Reels with no performance requirements. Get instant access to content monetization to keep earning long-term on your Reels, stories, photos, and text posts. Receive increased reach to help grow followers faster. Yeah, no, it's real. It's real. They're spamming me with it. It's crazy. So that's Meta. Marvell. All right. It's legit W Facebook. All right. My Marvell tokens are down. My entry's 350. I wanted exposure to some AI, so obviously I didn't sell. But man, the hyperliquid after hours trade is just retarded. Is that what this is? Like what is this exactly? Like, why did it move like this? Like look at this. Marvell. I felt like this was all HL. Like this was, I mean, it has 400 mil of 24-hour volume. It felt like this was all hyperliquid after hours traders that just ran this thing up. And then there was just a slam sell in the morning. To be fair, stocks are red today across the board. But I don't know. Like I wonder how much hyperliquid traders had impact on this price versus like futures traders. Like I don't know how the volume and flows work. That'd actually be like a really fun segment if we could figure that out. But I mean, it was getting slammed. HL was fucking slamming this thing last night. I'm watching it like, oh my god, I'm gonna be rich. And I woke up in the morning, it was cooked. So that's Marvell. Let's keep going through. ARM up 3. Micron is up. Marvell's not a futures company. I don't even like really know what that means. It's purposeful impact. Micron up 1.5. ASML up 1. Tesla is flat. There is a lot of discourse about the Tesla SpaceX merger, which we're going to talk about today a little bit. Broadcom still crushed after hours on 6.7. Nokia down 1%, then on 1.3 after hours. Google, the Mando stock, has increased their dilution from 80 to 85, and it's down like 1% today. AOS sells the D. Gill stock he came in and forced us to add yesterday. That is down 1.3%. BlackBerry down 9% after hours. What happened? What happened? What happened? What happened? What happened? BlackBerry. I'm gonna buy a lot of Google after the SpaceX IPO. You think it's gonna get crushed? There's no real commentary about BlackBerry. I mean, 9% is no joke after hours. I think it's an obvious buy. What happened? I don't know. Find me. Okay, it's down because Broadcom's bringing everything down. If you find any news on it, let me know. But BlackBerry down 1.3, Apple down 1.5, Netflix down 2, Amazon down 2.5, and Chris Camillo is tweeting. Let's see what he tweeted. I bought some. Is what happened. Nice. Chris Camillo tweeted and said, "Real Amazon conviction loves this." I bought some on shorted on Google Dilution News. Maybe that was an interesting short to take. I didn't really consider that as a trade. Cloudflare down 3, Microsoft down 3, Dell printing a scares me for Marvell a little bit, right? It's printing like a nasty retrace candle, but to be fair, it was up so much. Down 3.5. Nvidia down 3.6, and this is kind of printing a nasty chart. Is anyone long short Nvidia right now? This is a little bit of a scary chart as well, to be honest. A little like double toppy action. Not the cleanest look. Sive down 5 after being up like 60%. I don't know what to think about Nvidia. Yeah, it's a weird one. Palantir does not look good either. Salesforce down 5. Blue Energy down 5, another 1.5 after hours. Oracle down 6 and then another 3.5 after hours. Rocket Lab down 6. Damn, space is cooked today. Rocket Lab down 7, then 2 after hours. Firefly down 8. ASTS down 9. Cerebras retraced all gains yesterday. That's down 9. And Redwire is down 10. Do we think the space pump has already happened and we just dump into SpaceX IPO? Maybe, maybe not. Interesting nonetheless. All right, some of our consumer SaaS and the rest that we find interesting. Space pump was Fugazi. It was a little bit weird. Thread, what are we buying at days like today? Well, I'm buying fucking altcoins because I like to be miserable. I'm not buying anything. I'm just sitting. I have right now I have my perps book has Marvell, Zcash, VVV, a lot of Hyperliquid, and like 30% cash, something like this. All right, GME's up 6. Rivian is up 5. Eli Lilly's up 1.3. I have a little Eli Lilly segment. Maybe we're gonna get here at some point. Reddit flat, and then everything else is kind of cooked. AMC down 12 on news that I'm semi interested in it. Circle, ugh, man. I wonder why this is down so much. Is there any good tweets on Circle? I've kind of like never really been interested in Circle. I don't know why. The short bear likes it a lot. BTC, but I don't really think it's a BTC. Look at Garrett. Oh my god, I don't want to look at Garrett. I'm scared to look at Barrett. You know what's Bowen P4 tweeted to buy BTC puts? Did he? PB poo poo. If you think AI isn't a bubble, you should probably buy Bitcoin puts. And if you think AI isn't a bubble, you should also probably buy Bitcoin puts. Nice. So Circle, Open Doors crushed. Sweet Green is basically retraced the entire move. From where Chris Camillo came on stream and talked about it, it's down. It's only up 12%. This makes me think that a lot of this pump was like from Chris Camillo motion, right? I mean, it's not that expensive of a stock. It's worth it's $900 million stock. He ripped it 56%. I mean, was it just Chris Camillo motion on this stock? Had to be, right? So it's sub 1 billion. When he mentioned it was like 750 mil. It's low. That makes me think he just has fucking motion to rip this thing. Still up, to be fair. And it's maybe a decent call. We'll see. I like how he has a thesis behind it. MSTR down 7, and it's disgusting. Coinbase down 6, Figma down 6, Robinhood down 6, SoFi down 6. Unity down 5. UHR the Swatch Group. Pusa down. Nebius down 3 after a generational run. How the fuck can Chris from a $1 billion market cap stock? I mean, it's not that much. $1 billion is not that much. Realistically. It's not that much. Take-Two down 3. Ferrari down 3. And that is our list. All right, real quick. Altcoins. The Caesar Wraps did get overshadowed by the Kool-Aid Spears, bruh. That's actually a good point. Wait. What's the Kool-Aid company called? Who owns Kool-Aid? I forgot. That's a good point. I told Dean this trade idea 4 days ago, and he called me retarded. Appears he was right. Crush. What about Walmart? Maybe. No. Not even close. Okay. Altcoins real quick. Athena's up 16%. Is anyone in Athena? The Coinbase partnership is interesting. Gito's up 12. Looks pretty strong. Monero was up 8, but it looks like shit. Plasma don't even. The only interesting one on this list to me is Lighter, which is up a pretty convincing 5%. It's at 1.7. And I talked to Mando about this one off stream. It is, yeah, it's a nice thesis, man. There's not that many perp dexes. Lighter's a U.S. company. Seems like they're pretty locked in regulation and things of that nature. It's a fun beta tail. Small coin. And that is basically it. Real quick, let's take a look at Dex Screener. On chain, useless. Huh. Somehow it's 94. Bitcoin under 65. No. Oh my God. Wow, guys. And alts just don't even care, really. Zcash doesn't seem to care. I mean, we got to go make new lows, I think, at this stage. I had been saying a couple days ago, like a week ago, that we have to sweep Sailor liquidity longs, but we're now playing a different game here. I mean, this is like, wait, where was Lacey Bitcoin? Crazy. Actually crazy. Yeah. I mean, the low is what? Like 60? You got to lose it, I think. I think you got to lose 60. Not a hot take or anything. But let's look on chain real quick. Banker 53, TCG 5, cards is 60. Whoa. Asteroid 61. Octra 67. And then Knock 57. Wow. I mean, this is horrid, dude. Zcash 605. ETH. Oh my God. 17. Solana 71, dude. Wow. And then the rest of these alts just don't even care. All right, let's check out our hyperliquid traders. First and foremost, Loracle. All-time P&L is minus 4.4. At one point, it was up 40 mil a couple weeks ago. He is long hype and up 175K. He is long Zcash and up 580K. He's long Ton, up 40K. He's long Near, up 27K. He's long Aster. God, Aster is so cursed. Down 200K. He's long Monero, up 130. Long WorldCoin, down 10K. And short Tesla, up 3K. And then we got to check in on Garrett Bullish, our dear friend. Mr. Bullish. Oh. Jesus. Holy. Dude, that gave me like genuine chills down my spine. It's on oh my God, we're just like watching the Bitcoin chart. Dude, it's on $14 million. Is he tweeting? No. Jeez, man. The Bitcoin long is down 14 point. Oh my God, Bitcoin is just falling off a cliff as we're talking. Holy shit. They're cliffing it, man. Wow. This is down $14.2 million. And his Zcash short is up $1 million. Crazy, because that was at 500. He was at 5. He was up like 6-7 mil at one point on Zcash. That is pretty horrifying, but that is our check-in. That is market close, and now we have a lot of shit to talk about. Also, if you would like, in like 45 minutes, if you want, I can bring Tulip King on and we can talk some shit about crypto. We can have a Tulip King quick session. Oh, I didn't tell Luke about that. We could bring Tulip King on and we can talk some shit about crypto if you guys would like in like 45 minutes. But I have a bunch I want to get to before that, and so we can come back and we can see if it is of interest of you still when we get there. All right, I'm going to get up real quick. Be back in 30 seconds, and then we got to talk about stocks. Let's go.
May 29th, my birthday. Like 2 hours. Shot right time, though, it's my birthday right now. See what the gym I got from. Hey, yo, I insecure her get this lady. She got options, but she still pick me. My youngest with me.
Hey, it's on 2X.
In the city, I'm funding the violence like Zeus and Lemmy. I give a killer per DMs. I'm having a mafia meeting through DM. I'm rocking the sleep, starting to feel like my BM. I hope he got God on this side. We see him, he dope. My brother had.
God, I'm scared to look, chat. Oh. Oh, man. Oh, I'm scared to look. I'm scared to look. By the way, yesterday, CL the cat texted me a Telegram link or like a Telegram message, and it was that Mirrorly thing that tracks wallets. And he said, "Is this really your wallet?" It was me buying Zcash. And I said, "Yes." And then he said, "Okay, I'm gonna pump your bags." And he replies with a top tick purchase of Zcash, like 630. And I was told you it was right where I wanted to go to bed. I had too much. And so I replied and I said, "Thank you." And I sold. And then I replied with my message from Merely that threadguy has sold Zcash. It was like a pretty good interaction. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. All right, let's do a quick check, and I'm scared to do this. Whoa. Bob Lucas buying BTC. All right, let's do a quick war and oil update because we got to do one. It is. Are you guys sick of? I mean, look, I know there's a real war going on. There's serious implications, and us being sick of it is not stopping the horrible things that are happening. But are you sick of talking about war right now? Because I'm so sick of oil price. I'm so sick of thinking about the oil price, guys. And it's high. I mean, I don't think this is why Bitcoin just dumped. I think Bitcoin just dumps because Bitcoin just dumps. But yeah, I mean, it's not exactly pumping, but it looks really good. And yeah, 64.9. Oh my Lord. So we have a couple, there's really not that many updates. The updates are Iran does not want to talk to Trump anymore. Like, they don't want to talk with the US. They're allegedly they're not negotiating. Trump and Netanyahu are lashing out on each other, and Netanyahu just spoke. And so if you remember, Trump leaked that story to Axios about how he freaked out on Netanyahu, and they interviewed him about it, which is hilarious. They like leaked the story about how he like screams at his boy, and then he immediately gets on the camera, and they start. You know that Jeff Teague story about Jimmy Butler? How Jimmy Butler like crashed out at the Timberwolves practice, walks out, and he's like on TV with Rachel Nichols, and they're like interviewing him about the they're like interviewing him about the practice like 15 seconds later. Well, here it is.
Which you were angry with him. You said, "Are you effing crazy? What are you effing doing? I helped you stay out of jail." Is that true? Did you speak to him in those terms?
I did. I wouldn't say angry. I was a little bit perturbed at his constantly fighting with Lebanon. You know, at some point I said, "Bibi, we got to stop this. We got to stop it." But
dude, he looks fucking tired as shit, man. He is going through it right now. That is not a great sign.
You know, at some point I said, "Bibi, we got to stop this. We got to stop it." But I have a very good relationship. We've done well together. He always says, we could never have done it, but everybody knows that we could have never done it without the United States. But I've worked very well together. I like Bibi a lot, and I've worked very well with him. We had I'm a wartime president. He's a wartime prime minister.
What's good, Daniel?
Very important part of the world, and I think we've done very well. We've gotten along very well together.
Dude, that's a good point. I cannot even imagine what bullshit this guy has to deal with on a day-to-day basis. I mean, it's got to be bad right now. I mean, it's got to be unbelievably bad right. How old is Trump? How old is Trump? Bro, he looks like an escargot. That's fucked up, man. You can't say shit like that. He looks like an escargot. You cannot say shit like that. Wow, he's 79. Damn, he's about to turn 80, bro. Oh. Who was oldest sitting U.S. president? Joe Biden. Oh, my God. Joe Biden holds the record as the oldest sitting U.S. president in history, leaving office at 82 years old. What year was Joe Biden born? Dog. 1942. And he was the sitting president 2 years ago. That is unbelievable. 1942 is crazy. So there was this video came out. This video came out, bro. He was 58 in 2000. Bitcoin looking all right. What Bitcoin are you looking at, dog? What Bitcoin? Now, the thing that looks all right is that Bitcoin bounces like $300 and then alts are just like ready to shed faces off. It takes nothing. They're ready to just like rip tits. Look at Zcash. This is ready to like, oh, I don't want to do this, but wow. I don't really want to do this, but I did deal with some stress about that. So okay, couple updates and we're gonna move on. One, Trump said the Iran blockade could be lifted by Labor Day as the U.S. works towards an agreement with Iran. When is Labor Day? It is September 7th. Oh man, September 7th. The 72-hour war has definitely taken a turn for the worse here. The September 7th. Oh, Lord. He also said that Iran has agreed it will not process nuclear weapons and that Iran's supreme leader is involved in talks with the U.S. Trump added that he'd probably meet with the supreme leader at some point. Dude, on this war stuff, I feel like I'm living in fucking Groundhog Day, man. I feel like it's fucking Groundhog Day. It's every day. I feel like I'm going crazy. I genuinely do. I feel like I'm going crazy covering this oil stuff. I genuinely do. I mean, it's every single day. It's the same headlines, resurfaced, reshuffled, moved around, resurfaced, reshuffled. They bring it back. They pull it back. There's a war. There's a ceasefire. Iran doesn't agree. U.S. is bombing. Iran's bombing U.S. bases in Kuwait. We bring it back. There's a ceasefire. We're working towards talks. I'll end it when I want to end it. I could escalate. I'll end it when I want to end it. We're nearing talks. Iran's no longer responding. Oh, there's a ceasefire. Never mind. Ceasefire is broken. We're nearing talks. We're bombing Lebanon. We're bombing. It's just like the same fucking thing every single day. Every single day. It is unbelievable, man. Tomorrow there's going to be talks of a ceasefire. SPY's going to make a new all-time high. Iran's going to come out and they're going to say there's no ceasefire. We're not talking. Trump's going to say, yes, we are. Axios is going to leak a report that we're close. And then Axios is going to release a report that we're not close and that they won't give up their enriched uranium. And then my favorite is when they come out and they say something along the lines of the US and Iran have agreed to the ceasefire pending Iran's supreme leader and Donald Trump agree to a ceasefire. And I'm like, what the fuck are you? What? What do you mean pending Donald Trump? And that's Iran and the US. What the fuck are you talking? Yeah, what is Breaking Points even posting about anymore, bro? They have to be miserable. I mean, it's the same, like, Israeli castle takeover backfires as Hezbollah FPV drone swarm. It's like, bro. Yeah, it's brutal. I mean, they're talking about the Spencer Pratt. Congress plot to embed Israeli spyware into U.S. military. It's just like, man, it's tough. It's tough. It's tough. It has definitely gotten tough. But that's basically where we're at. Netanyahu came out and said markets are not wrong. And then the last post I have on here, top overnight news. Yeah, I think the low. I mean this in a very nice way, by the way. I think the lowest my mental health has been in a long time is when we were watching Professor Jang and Breaking Points on a daily basis. I think that was like the lowest my mental health has ever gotten. I just started waking up and I was like, Tulip King, I don't think I can do it anymore. I would show up and we'd be like, what's in the stream doc for today? And it'd be like, we have a 90-minute Professor Jang video. And I'm just like, oh my God, I can't do this. No. I cannot do it. Also, this is crazy. Zcash is fucking ripping. It's the leader. He's definitely the leader at the moment. Hype strong as fuck too. Man, this is double red now. Wow. Crazy. That's the one thing you got to say about crypto traders is they do have fucking size. You got to give them that. They got size, man. They've absolutely got size. One thing after another. So we're done with it after this. But Iran launched missiles at Kuwait, U.S. base in Kuwait. Then they came out and said, no, we didn't. Trump said he swore at Benjamin Netanyahu to call this week. Rebuilding a tariff wall. Jensen Huang outlined the insane returns offered by AI during an address to wealthy family offices that sought to dispel lingering concerns on the big spending that's accompanied the boom. Jensen's been on a tour recently, by the way. He might be my favorite CEO. I got to give him that. He might be the coolest, most normal CEO. I can imagine he's a freak in the background, but I've enjoyed the Jensen tour that he's been on. He went with Lex Friedman, I think, posted. Yeah, you know what's crazy is like you get Jensen, who is the founder of, or not the founder, the CEO, sitting CEO of the most valuable company in the United States of America. Probably the most responsible for fueling the AI revolution, the AI boom. He is the CEO of the most valuable company in the world. And then everybody else, and he's the most normal, most chill, most outspoken, the best spoken, the most public, meeting with everyone, the most beloved out of all these CEOs. And then everybody else after him goes on podcasts and they take turns and they're like, AI is going to take your job. AI is going to destroy the world. AI is going to replace your wife, your children, your kids, your dog. It's going to take everything from you. It's going to destroy you. It's going to ruin your life. AI is going to ruin everything. AI is going to ruin everything. AI is going to ruin everything. More CEOs need to take from Jensen. Seriously, he goes, bro. They do him like Kobe overseas. I mean, there are droves of people lined up to meet this guy. He's all smiles. He's dancing. He's just like a normal person, man. We do not have enough of this. We don't have enough of this. You know, it's like oddly refreshing to see this. I mean, look, is he a good dancer? No, but are you? Jensen's the LeBron James of Steve Jobs. Jensen's like the Steve Jobs of Sam Altman's. Dario is like the Jeff Yan of Michael Saylors, bro. That's what he is. He's the Jeff Yan of Michael Saylors. Yeah, it's awesome. It's fucking awesome. And it is one of the best things I've seen all fucking week. So shout out to Jensen. What else on here? Federal Reserve, Kevin Warsh has top 2 outside associates to advise him while he hails into the job. Kevin Warsh is coming into one of the most difficult situations ever. I don't know. What Fed chair is coming to a tougher environment than what Kevin Warsh is walking into. I also believe Kevin Warsh is the most competent person in all of, other than Besant, all of government. And boom, I think that's good. Also Zcash. Wow, what a candle. What a fucking candle, huh? Paul Volcker. When did Paul Volcker come into office? 1971. $1979. He came in 1979 after Nixon took us off the gold standard in 71. Bretton Woods, if I'm not mistaken. And gold went on to do like 10,000% in a decade. And then Paul Volcker comes in, nominated by Jimmy Carter, and just hikes the ever-loving fuck out of rates, if I'm not mistaken, and saves the economy. Comes in, hikes rates like unbelievable amount, and saves the United States economy. Sends gold off a cliff, I think. 1979, is that right? 6 months of gold. Yeah, look at this shit, bro. Comes in and just saves it. Hard spot because you're the bad guy, I know. And imagine that is what you feel like you have to do and you're appointed by Donald Trump. And you come in and it's just like, what the fuck are you supposed to do, man? It's brutal. All right, one other thing on Netanyahu that I want to do real quick is I saw, this is the second time now I've seen this. I was watching a podcast, Invest Like the Best. They're probably the best out right now. And he had Dan Loeb on, who's the founder of Third Point. And you know, I'm like fairly interested in the emerging markets. I felt like this picked up a lot of steam when Druck filed 13F in like Q4 25. And it was just like tits long Brazilian stocks. Since then, Korean stocks have gone on this like crazy parabolic run. And Dan Loeb went activist in Sony, which is a Japanese company. Yes. It's a It's a Japanese company, and he kind of went activist. And he was talking about emerging markets. And the guy was asking him, what emerging markets do you like? And he said he didn't mention Korea, which was fascinating to me. He said he likes Japan. He likes something else. And then he likes Israel stocks. And I was kind of like, wait, what? What? Didn't mention Korea. He's like, I'm really long Israeli stocks right now. And I was sort of like, huh? I didn't even like really understand that was a thing. And then I see this clip right away. We can watch it. I'm gonna look at the stock market real quick.
With some of these criticisms from around the world and growing calls for divestment.
In fact, the opposite is happening. We have enormous investment in Israel. By the way, did you take my advice 2 years ago? You could have made a lot of money.
Not me.
Every president's doing this. Every leader. Did you fade my fucking call, you fucking bitch? Did you take my advice 2 years ago? You would have made a lot of money.
By the way, did you take my advice 2 years ago? You could have made a lot of money.
Not me. I just do the interviews.
Now, I'm not a stockbroker, and I'm not. I'm not giving you tips, but I would say buy anything in Israel because Israel is going up. After 2.5 years of war, our currency is the strongest it's been in our history. The stock market is soaring. Our defense and other technological exports are going through the roof.
I mean, he just went on an interview and said, buy. First, he said, did you fade my call 2 years ago? Is the first thing he says to this reporter. Did you fade my call 2 years ago? Is the first thing he says. And then the second thing he says is buy Israel stocks now, which is insane. Is this the Dan Loeb thing, Malcolm or Dina?
Whichever order you want to go into, you can tell the Sony story first as just an example of this, but I'm just curious how you think about everything outside the U.S.
Israel's an interesting market. It's kind of a nichier market, and we had one of our top investments there that, despite the war, has been one of the best performing stocks in our portfolio. But in terms of the big markets,
leading with that, it's crazy. This was 6 days ago. What's the ticker? Leading with that is crazy. What is the ticker for Israeli stock market? Also, let's look. Zcash 612. TA35 index. Let's look. TA35 index. Oh man, this thing is fucking volatile, huh? Wow. Oh my God. Dude, it's up only. Where did the war start? February 28th. It started right here. Wow. Should we add this to the our daily tracker? Right here. Oh, we have to add, Mando, are you long Israeli stocks? Look at the Turkish index, BIST 100. Wow. I'm just so scared along this emerging stuff because I mean, this is nuts too. Up only. Every asset is up. Yeah, that actually. What's up, Argentina? I know. Yeah, Jock likes Argentina. What is Argentina? Merval. Can you add the MSCIS? What is this? No. ARGT. Argentina index. Yeah, I mean, basically everything in the world is at all-time highs. It's crazy. Everything. It's unbelievable. Argentina. Everything. It's so crazy. Can we talk Bitcoin price? We're gonna have we have some stuff to get through first, but we'll do this isn't helpful for Bitcoin price. We're gonna have Tulip King come on and complain about crypto relatively soon. But before we do that, let us talk IPOs. We have a big day tomorrow. We have a very day trader rule stops tomorrow. Oh, does that matter for Hood? No, right? Hood's down today, isn't it? Yeah. Was it pattern day trader? I always thought that was such a stupid rule. I actually pattern day trade. It's what you can only execute 3 trades over a 5-day time frame. Yeah, it actually is a rule to stop pours from making money. That's genuinely what it is. Mega pours are not allowed to make money on options. That's actually what it is. It's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous, but I never understood it when I first started trading. I'm like, bro, why are they trying to nerf me? Like, genuinely trying to nerf me. It's pretty brutal. So tomorrow's a big day because we have I mean the most hyped IPO since Cerebras, and I don't know, is this more hyped than Cerebras? It's definitely more niche. Quantinuum is IPOing tomorrow. It is listed on Hyperliquid right now, which we'll take a look at. It is a quantum stock. They have some product of some sort. I don't exactly know what they do. Its pre-IPO perps are live on HL. And it has now been marked up, I believe, 3 times what the IPO price is going to go live at. Now, the only real proxy we have for these IPOs is, I would say, Cerebras, right? What's the trade on the rule being uploaded? Probably brokers, but they're not trading very well. I guess Cerebras is the only comp that we have to think about what to do on IPO day for Quantinuum. And I mean, this thing is down. I mean, this is nasty. It's on basically 40% since IPO day. I don't know that this is really the best comp, but it's the only IPO that I can think of that happened in this market. It's on 40. Basically went down in a straight line. It made a couple decent moves, but it kind of went down in a straight line. This was May 14th. This thing IPO'd. And so, what will retail long after getting that rule change? I don't think anything. I think it's like kind of relevant. We'll see. But so Quantinuum IPO is tomorrow, and they have updated the share price. It's gonna go live at, I think, twice now. Let's see. Let's take a look. Let's do a Twitter search real quick. Yeah, so it upsized its IPO to at $60 a share to raise 1.68 billion. It said it'd be 20 times oversubscribed. Yeah, look, everyone's posting it. They're covering this. They've updated it twice. So before they were raising, when this came out May 31st, they were raising 1.05 billion. They're now raising 1.68 billion, doubling it. Before 2 days ago, they also upsized it to 1.4 billion. So they've doubled it like twice, added 50% twice. That was 2 days ago. Thanks, Freeze, bro. That was 2 days ago. I think 2 days ago. What's today's date? June 3rd. Yep. So 2 days ago, they did it, upsized it. Now they're doing it again. And here it is on HL. So let's see how this is traded so far. I have not traded a single pre-IPO perp on Hyperliquid just because I don't really know what I'm trading. What am I trading exactly? I don't know. Maybe that's mid-curve. Also, they're cliffing oil right now. Since we started talking. It's not much, but enough. Let's see. Is this it? DNAP? I think this is it. Love the new overlay. Thanks, brother. Yeah, I think this is it. So, Trade XYZ, new Taiki tweet. Let's actually drop what we're doing real quick and read that. And I'll cover quantum in a second. Hold on. Funny. All right, so Trade XYZ listed this thing at $73. Now, to be fair, it has 5 mil of OI, 2.6 mil volume. It really does not have enough activity for you to do much with it. When it launched, price on HL at 100. Okay, so yeah, it launched at $73. So top tick like 114 on HL, and it's now sitting somewhere at $98. DNAP, you know what the implied valuation is at $98? That's what I want to find out. I want to find implied valuation versus what they're saying they're going to IPO at. We'll see if we can find that shortly. Yeah, so they were going to raise 1.4. What was the new share count? It was 21 million. 28 million shares at $60. And they're trading at 98 on HL. Anyways, so that is coming tomorrow. Here's an Evans post. Do that math and then bring it, and then I'll cover it after. Continuum IPO will price tonight and start trading tomorrow. The initial price range was $45 to $50, which is around $12 billion FTV. We'll let the experts opine on the tech, but in quantum land, it is likely the strongest one. The Trump admin also just injected $2 billion into a bunch of quantum companies that have been running since. Quantinuum is 55% owned by the Honeywell conglomerate. We know this, which has a $150 billion market cap. On June 29th, Honeywell will split into two. Breaking off its aerospace division will be ticker HANA from its automation business, which will remain Han. With indications that is more than 20x oversubscribed, it will more than likely get priced up, which is more value on Honeywell's balance sheet. The chart looks good on the weekly. I am long and interested in carving out a longer-term position in HONA. IMO, the strongest part of the business after its spinoff. Needless to say, I've been trying to secure a Quantinuum allocation, but not expecting any. So 55% of this company that's going to come out at like $12 billion is owned by Honeywell, which is a $150 billion company that's also about to split into two and separate their business. Nice candle on hype. Let's see. Oh, that is a nice candle on hype. Wow, that's a beautiful hype candle, actually. What just got passed? Let's see. All right, we'll come to this in just a second because I don't know what that means. Yeah, hype is fucking setting, but I want to see Honeywell. I think we bounce here. Let's go, Mando. So this is Honeywell. They own 55% of Quantinuum, which is about to IPO tomorrow. and the chart looks pretty fucking good. It was down 5% intraday. It's up like 1% after hours, and it has been trading kind of choppy, but like relatively well. Now, we also know that Trump just added $2 billion into a quantum fund to inject into U.S. companies. Are markets dumping on that? Not really. Crypto isn't, I'll tell you that. Let's look at quantum, and then we'll go over the Iran stuff. So Trump put $2 billion into quantum, which we've been covering, and then France put $1 billion. And so we know the biggest beneficiaries of this are IBM, which is up quite a lot since that announcement. GFS was the second biggest, which has also been trading pretty nuts. I think they did it at $79, so it's up a reasonable amount, nothing crazy. IONQ got some, which is also pretty fucking hot. D-Wave got some, which is QBTS, which is down 8% today. And then, INFQ, yeah, you're right. And Inflection. They're all down. They all kind of got crushed today. It's down 12%. Is the other one that got a big allocation from Mr. Trump. And so, yeah, we'll see what happens with the quantum stuff. It feels like it's going to be a massive, just continue to be a huge narrative. Everybody's talking about it. The Google paper has got a lot of steam. Justin Drake is out sounding the alarms about it. It is fucking hot. And we're going to see what happens tomorrow with this IPO of sorts. Now, I was trying to find some media of the founder, and he doesn't really have much. This is the founder. His last media, he's done 2 pieces of media that I could find. They're both on CNBC. This one's a year old. It's the CEO of Quantinuum on the future of AI and quantum computing. It's 5 minutes long. I want to watch it and do a fizz check. Let's do a fizz check on the founder. Let's do a quick fizz check on the founder.
In customers, NVIDIA, JP Morgan Chase. Also, a recent study came out that showed you had the most powerful quantum computer, but I don't think a lot of people know what that really means. What does it really mean to have the most powerful quantum computer, and how do these big name customers use your tech?
That's a great question. Great to be here. The most powerful quantum computer is essentially just that. The power is in what it allows users to do. So out of 19 available quantum computers, a third party benchmarked us as having the most powerful quantum computer in terms of the kind of complex algorithms and
I like his voice, 7 or 8 on the voice.
Problems you can solve on it, and how effectively you can write algorithms for it. So it's both in terms of the outcomes it can generate and the productivity with what it can. Now that was on our H1 and H2 computers. H2 is, by relative terms, old.
Okay.
The one we are going to release in a few months is up to 1 trillion times, that's with a T, more powerful than the H2. So that train is accelerating exponentially.
Right. I made sure to call you Dr. Hazard because you know a lot more about this than most people do. You're getting a big technical.
I think on the look, we're grading on not his ability to be in GQ, but his ability to build a quantum computer. He's got to be up there 7, 8, 9.
So we just showed the customers again, JP Morgan, BMW, NVIDIA, Honeywell, the company that you spun off from. So give us an example what this super powerful quantum computer can do for an enterprise. Right now, you can use Honeywell, you can use any other customers.
Yeah, in addition to those customers you just named, we have a broad set of customers across the end markets.
I'm a seller. Why?
Transportation, energy, bio and pharma, supply chains. What they essentially do, what quantum computers allow you to do is 2 things. One is do things more efficiently, solve larger problems, more complex data problems, more efficiently. As we all know, that it takes, for classical compute, more and more energy and space. So quantum computing is a paradigm shift to look at more data more quickly, simultaneously. The second thing it does is probably the more exciting part is it unlocks AI. Quantum computers generate data about processes that are commonplace, yet we cannot model them very effectively with classical compute. And so what it does is it takes generative AI, this tremendous engine, and gives it the training that it needs to solve problems.
Does he have 6 fingers?
Training that it needs to solve problems, whether it's discovering a new material, whether it's discovering a new drug, whether it's actually coming up
1, 2, 3, 4.
with a solution to an optimization
1, 2, 3, 4. No, he doesn't.
problem. So it's the power of AI plus quantum, which is the other big part of what a quantum computer can do. That's what our customers are doing.
By the way, I want to mention your company has about a $5 billion valuation, maybe even higher. It was a pre-cap.
Crazy. $5 billion. They're IPOing at like 12. It's doubled and a half since this video first came out. So anyways, is anyone have a position? Is anyone trying to get filled? Does anyone have a position on HL? I don't feel like a lot of people in our chat really have taken much of a position in this. I haven't seen people ask me about it. I did not see a lot of people ask me about it. No. Anyone trying to get filled tonight is crazy. I think no. I'm only short Bitcoin via options. What do you think of World? Well, I guess we'll get there in a second. I just want to cover quick stock stuff that's important. So anyways, that's going to be tomorrow. The golden era of IPO. US IPO gross proceeds in the billions. We're looking at the biggest IPO year by a significant margin. I'm not sure exactly what this includes. It definitely doesn't include potential OpenAI as well. So Quantinium is next. It follows up Cerebras, and we will see exactly how that plays out exactly. Bro, you're covering stocks as Bitcoin bottoms. How are you not watching the chart, yelling and screaming and writing an imaginary as Bitcoin bottoms, bro? What do you mean? It's Bitcoin bottoms. Bottoms off what? Does that look like a bottom to you? Does that look like a bottom to you? Yes or no? Bro, go to 1 minute time frame. Oh my god. You're so fried. This is not like a bottom, brother. Come on. This looks nuts. This looks nuts. And this looks nuts. The coins that I hold. Also, near looks really good. I do want to... This story, I think it's going to be on our stream doc every day for the next, like, 3 months. Probably through the IPO. This is going to be on our stream doc every single day. Tesla SpaceX merger bet gains momentum. Wedbush maintains its view that Tesla and SpaceX could merge in 2027 following SpaceX IPO, assigning an 80% plus 80% plus probability on the deal. The firm points to Tesla's stake in SpaceX, growing operational ties in a joint terafab facility as signs the groundwork is already being laid. A merger would strengthen Elon Musk's push to build an integrated AI ecosystem. I don't even know. I mean, what is the trade if you think this is going to happen? I honestly have no idea what you even do. I'm terrified to actually trade SpaceX when it IPOs. I'm terrified to trade Tesla either direction. I was pretty convicted in like a Tesla short, but I never took it because I don't short sell. And you face such a risk of getting blown out of it if this happens. All right, here's the new odds. It says Musk wants to control more of the AI ecosystem. At the moment, SpaceX in preparations to go public, raising $75 billion at $1.75 trillion. I think that valuation's been updated. I think it's lower. And there's nothing here really. I guess we could look at Tesla though. It's been pretty strong recently, huh? Like reasonably strong. It has been reasonably strong, actually. It has been reasonably strong. Let's see. SpaceX IPO dumps on initial offering. Buy low, take part of the squeeze set up with the special rules they have. Ride till final unlock. Yeah, the pits break even. Thread, are you a suit now? I've always worn suits. I don't know what you do if this happens. This merger happens between Tesla and SpaceX. I'm gonna just sit on the side. I think I'm gonna sit on the sidelines for the most part here, especially when the IPO happens, because I doesn't feel like a trade that I have much of an ability to do much in. I was looking to find a YouTube video that's like discussing the trade idea, Tesla SpaceX merger, but there's really not much. Thread gives Johnny drama vibes. Come on, brother. Come on, brother. One more trade idea, by the way. One more trade idea just to keep on our radar. That I'm seeing a lot. Sunday, June 14th is the White House UFC very soon. It's gonna be right here. Basically like right here. June 14th. Maybe some level of mega church op, but I kind of hate it. I wanted to get excited about it. I genuinely did want to get excited about it, but it's now down officially since it was announced that they were doing this. And I wanted to trade this. I'm not interested in trading it anymore, but I'm more or less just flagging that it is in fact happening. And then last but not least, I am seeing that you should do vertical lines instead of those for events. Yeah, you actually probably should do vertical lines. That's a really good call out. Long sponsors, what's in the middle of the ring? That's a good point. Who's fighting? Sean O'Malley, Ilya, Justin Gaethje. Well, big tweet from Kabisi Letter. Let's see. I don't really watch the UFC though. Thor, would you take on TVP and bringing back sponsors? I think the show looks so much better with sponsors. I think it looks so good with sponsors. Like, I don't know how to explain it. The overlay looks so sick with Ramp back on. It looks like the news. All right. Breaking. The U.S. House of Representatives has voted to restrict President Trump's ability to continue with the Iran war without congressional approval. The measure passed in a 215 to 208 vote, with 4 Republicans joining Democrats in support. Now, this is a little misleading, right? Because it has to actually... DNAP, what's the poly market? Send the poly market on this. Groundhog Day finally ending? No way. That'd be too easy. How does this work exactly? And what would that mean if this was passed? It only has 14K volume. Wait, let me ask ChatGPT what this. Let's get a GPT take in here. Let's get a little AI action going. Hold on. Chat GPT. I just can't show my screenshots. Hold on. Screenshots. What would this mean if passed? I wanna hold your hand. It means Congress is trying to force Trump to stop using the military in Iran unless Congress explicitly authorizes it. Mechanically, a war power resolution can direct the president to remove U.S. forces from hostilities unless Congress has declared war, pass an authorization, or the action is needed to repel an imminent attack. The House version reportedly passed, with 4 Republicans joining Democrats. But don't overread it. House passage alone does not end the war. For it to actually bind Trump, it still needs the Senate path to work, and Trump could likely veto it. Overriding that veto would require 2/3 in both chambers, which is a much higher bar. CBS says the Senate had only advanced a similar measure procedurally, not necessarily passed final binding legislation yet. So the real meaning is, legally, if fully inactive, Trump would need congressional approval to continue offensive military operations against Iran, except defense and imminent threat actions. Politically much bigger. This is a public congressional reboot. It says the Iran conflict is becoming politically toxic enough that some Republicans are breaking ranks. Rising war fatigue, cost, gas prices, and unclear strategy are becoming liabilities. Probably bearish for war escalation trades. Mildly bullish for de-escalation, oil relief narrative. But only if Senate veto math starts looking real. One House vote is a signal, not a regime change. What? What's everyone spamming? What? What is it? Broadcom is the worst? Ooh. So basically, in order for this to go through, it has to pass the Senate. But if it passes the Senate, Trump can just say veto, and everybody has to start over. And in the time it's going to take to pass the Senate and then veto and repass the Senate after his veto, we will have been going on for like months. The war is probably over anyways, and you can't stop Trump. What did Tom Lee do? Is that generally correct here? Wow, I thought this was a doomer. Bitmine files for prepared stock offering a yield of 9.5%. Why would they do this? What does ETH do on that news? Has to go down, right? That's bullish ETH, really? ETH giga candle, yeah, all right. Yeah, the problem with stretch inflows is it lasted for like 3 days. We had like 2 months of, yeah, here we go.
Colorado over Harvard. He was accepted to Harvard and used to play for the Buffaloes in college. A second-round pick, and Paul gets a triple. Chris Paul has picked the fourth quarter to.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the fuck you do with ETH. It's pretty annoying if you're short ETH and you just got that candle. It's definitely annoying. What just came across my TL? Come on, man. Why would you fucking send me that? Anyways, the last thing I had related to stocks is Palo Alto Networks had some sick price. This is so fascinating to me, by the way. Price analyst target updates. Analyst price target updates. And they just like come out and declare that the thing that they hold, they think is going to go higher, and the market is like, okay, bet, we're going to buy more on this news. It's unbelievable to me. Analyst price targets is one of the craziest things I've ever seen. It's like, yeah, I hold this thing, I think it's gonna go higher, and everyone's like, holy fuck, we were not in, but we're in now. It's such a ridiculous job. Let's check Broadcom. Wow, man, this is why my Marvell is getting cooked. This is nasty. Is there any tweets about this? NVIDIA? Where's NVIDIA? NVIDIA, not much. Marvell's is nasty, bro. The one stock threadguy holds. It's like, yeah, we're going down on that news. I mean, they double beat too, right? Like, Broadcom CEO on Google AI commitment. Google, that we fully expect that there will be some diversity of sources for them, but our commitment to them is from a very substantial dollar amount. Interesting. Is that as in they're losing some level of Google commitment? Feels like market about to bounce hard. Which market? Stop. What? Broadcom shares extend decline to 12% during earnings calls. Hawk Tan accidentally started the Broadcom call reading the Q2 2025 prepared remarks. Thank you, G. Well, in Q2, revenue was $15 billion. It grew 79% year on year. Driving this growth was AI semiconductor revenue at a record $10.8 billion, up 143%. Oops, sorry. Well, let me restart, guys. Thank you, G. Thank you, everyone, for joining today. How does that happen? Oh my God. That's bad, huh? That's... Wait. That is bad. Wait, Broadcom. Q2 2020. No clip, bruh. Huh. I think it's fake thread. No, I don't think the guy reports fake news, bro. Google earnings. He read the wrong statement. No, I can't find it. Oh, it's live.
And that's where I think a high substantially more.
We don't care that much. All right. The last thing we have to do is, and it's a big thing to do, is we got to talk about cryptocurrency. But I'm begging you, come back to crypto. Brother, I have like multiple six-figure crypto positions open. What the fuck are you talking about, man? I probably have more money in crypto than you do right now. Come back to crypto. I have like a lot of money in crypto, bro. I have like a lot of money in crypto at the moment. Come back to crypto. You guys are so funny, man. We talk about whatever's hot. About with your content. I mean, there's only so much we can fucking talk about every day. I know. I'm like not happy about the fact that I have all this money in crypto. All right, I'm gonna get up one more time. I'll be back in 30 seconds. I gotta fill up my water. And when I come back, oh brother, we got some topics to talk about. BRB. Actually, I don't want to hear this shit. Hold on, Luke, hold on. All right. Hold on, chat. I gotta fix the overlay so we could do a little. Oh, you did it. Ooh, not quite. I gotta stay full cam for a second so we can fix the You guys want me to bring Tulip King, Mr. Tulip King on? Talk about Zcash, crypto for a second. He's been trading pretty well too. I'm not gonna lie. He's been trading really well. I'm gonna ask him if he's down. I didn't really ask him before. I sort of just like demanded he comes on. Talk about Pokemon. We might. Another 6 figs at TG. We might talk about Pokemon at some second. Just give me a couple minutes to get this overlay right. Hold on. It's his job, though. No, it's his. Bro, bring me on. We talk about some real coins. XRP Link 88. Oh, we gotta go. Before I bring him on, I'm gonna talk about a couple crypto things first. We gotta watch that Charles Hoskinson video as well, which is fucking crazy. I actually haven't. Oh well, I haven't watched it yet, but I think it's crazy. I think it's crazy. I haven't watched it yet. I have not watched it yet. He crashed out. Maybe we'll start watching that right now. Hold on, I can't control my computer for like 30 more seconds. Until Luke's done. God damn. Breaking SpaceX IPO at $135 a share with 555 million. Traders the new celebrities is now consensus. Based off of what? Bro, that was so early. I know. Everybody just glaze. I know. Feel free to glaze. God damn, Luke! This is a fucking monster one. Yeah, SpaceX, the IPO at 130. Wait, what happens to the Hyperliquid pair? SPCX. Nothing really. It's flat. I gotta write an article. I have writer's block. FS. What are you writing an article about? New ATH 75. Oh my god, I'm itching. I gotta look at the key. I can't look at my screen. Ah! Is it really 75? Oh my god! Oh! Zcash 2627. Ah! Come on, man. Fuck! VVV 21. Oh! Come on, man. Ah! Hold on, chat. Almost. Luke, you're the GOAT. Hold on, chat. Wow. 74. What brand is that shirt? Zara. Sneaky, right? Extremely sneaky. I'm telling you, I think the reason that there is some edge in these cheeky alt longs is that everybody is just going to get stopped out because of Bitcoin. You're going to the top blast, Bitcoin dumps, they sell, pumps, top blast, Bitcoin dumps, sell, alts pump, top blast, Bitcoin dumps. I think everyone is sort of following some combination of this death cycle right now. Luke, are you good? You good? Stand by just for a second. Good? Ugh. I'm dying, dude. I'm actually dying. Wow. 75,100 is gross. Zcash, dude, my port is so back. How does Luke control your PC? He has this thing called AnyDesk. You good? Yeah? I think we're good. Thank God. That was brutal. All right, we're back. All right, we're back. Thanks, Luke. Thank you, Luke. All right. Zcash 625, Bitcoin 65.6, Hyperliquid 75.1, VVV 21. I had a buy order at this level. I closed it. I didn't want to buy it. And I sold some Zcash yesterday at 606 because I was scared I had too much. I love to do this. I love to overexpose, buy too much, and then fucking crash out and get stressed, and then I can't hold it. And so I'm not going to do that this time. Let's go through some crypto stuff. I'll bring Tulip King on in like 10 minutes. I would like to start with the Charles Hoskinson video. Let's see. Interesting. He's on Spaces right now.
Charles Hoskinson broadcast.
Oh no. Wait, what's the video? Somebody else posted it. Here it is. All right, let's see. Never was a huge
this year's going to be very hard. The second half.
Never was a huge Charles fan.
So this year's going to be very hard. The second half of the year for Cardano, we're probably going to see more dApps in DeFi die and a consolidation happen. I'm not exactly sure what my role or place is to resolve this. You know, I keep getting criticized relentlessly online. People every single day post on my Twitter feed the price of ADA and blame me for it collapsing. And I'd really like to know, I just like to understand what my agency is here.
Well, my agency is here.
I don't have any special powers with Cardano. I don't have any governance keys. I don't have any ability to even initiate a hard fork, much less a protocol parameter change. I don't have access to the treasury. I don't even own the trademark for the name Cardano. All of the funding that was given for growing
It's not great.
the ecosystem and governing the ecosystem was given to separate entities. And at the all-time high, it was billions of dollars. It was not given to me. So how can I exactly influence and grow and solve this problem for you? I'm being honest here, and I really would love to see an answer here. What power do I have?
What's his net worth? Many billions.
What control do I have over this?
One of the bull cases for altcoins, if you need one, is that is this. Cardano FDV is still $10 billion. Circulating FDV on Cardano is $7.5 billion. Total market cap of Zcash is 10.5 billion. Market cap of Hyperliquid circulating is 16 billion. You could add 50% of hype on just the Cardano market cap alone. It's one of the best bull cases actually for crypto is like outflows of ETH into shit like Light or Hyperliquid, outflows of Bitcoin into things like Zcash. Out just by rearranging liquidity amongst tokens, you can actually unlock huge amounts of price discovery, I think, in some of these coins. And it's pretty it's fairly inspiring in a dark way. Here's crypto ETF Bitcoin net flows. I mean, this is crazy. There's like $1 billion a day going at, not billion, but quite a few 700 million days on ETF outflows. It's nuts how total AUM at its peak September 25, it was 186 billion. It's currently 110 billion. It's down like 40%. It's down a lot. I guess I'm just gonna bring there's a bunch of things I could talk about as it relates to crypto. I'm just gonna bring Tulip King on. This is my framework right now because I have a lot of alts. General reasoning for thinking alts could do well, even with majors looking terrible, is that I just don't think people own them anymore. I think a lot of capitulation has happened with altcoins over the past 3 years as people rightfully so chase stocks which have been up only. Now there's a few protocols with real tech and decent narratives behind them, but they're still severely underowned by everyone. And he posts this alt season. Down only on Bitcoin, alts go crazy. It's pretty unbelievable, but it's maybe happening. I hold biggest position is hype at like 68. Second biggest position is Zcash at 600 maybe. VVV at like 18, and then Marvell at 256. All right, let's bring Tulip King on. Let's talk about some fucking crypto. Let's bring on for 20, 30 minutes. Let's ride off into the sunset a little bit here. Are you on Discord, Tulip King? Where are you? Oh, you're not done, Luke? I thought you were done, buddy. Oh, okay. I got you. Railgun shill. I will actually ask him about Railgun. I don't know if my Discord's working, twin. Oh, there it is. All right, let's get him in here. Hold your horses. I think Luke needs to take my keys. You can hear me, yeah? Talk? I can't hear you. Wait, I think it's me though. Input device. Talk now. God damn it, Luke. Are we cooked? The whole thing is fucking. Go ahead. Take over. Take over, Luke. Oh. Can you fix his audio for me, Mr. Luke Jones? We have a new. Why can't I hear him? The speaker, I think it's speaker. Into headphones. Headphones 4. No. Those, I think. Go ahead. Till, can you hear me?
Yo. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Thank you.
Sweet. Okay.
Luke, just throw his PFP on the main cam. Yeah. And okay, boom. I'm gonna do it with your PFP up for a little bit, and then we'll
all right.
We'll make it happen. How are you, man?
Dude, I'm good. How are you? Big day for you.
Yeah,
New PFP,
you too, man.
new brand.
Fucking, you're part of it, dude.
First guest with the new overlays.
I know, first guest with the new overlay. I figured we
blessed.
break it in a little bit. Market looks pretty good.
Yeah. If you hold the right coins. The market looks good if you hold the 3 good coins, yeah.
So what do you like right now? You've been flip-flopping a little bit. Everybody wants to talk crypto. They wanted to hear from you. What do you like right now? What are you interested in? What are the good coins? How are you thinking about it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I like hype just as much as everybody else. I was very, very in love with Zcash before kind of all of the fuckery today. And I am like so sick about Bitcoin I could puke. That's pretty much my mental state right now. And then I have opinions on, of course, all the rest of the coins, but like as far as anything that everybody's talking about.
I was gonna try to cover the Zcash thing myself, and then you were teaching me about it on our stand-up today, and so I was like, maybe just come on and talk about it for like 20 minutes. Can you give us the summary on what just happened as it relates to Zcash, the drama? You're fighting one of my biggest bags, one of my most beloved bags, and you're a Zcash.
I'm fighting one of my biggest bags.
Yeah, you're like I
I'm
don't know.
still a
I'm
holder.
reading it. I'm like, what's going on? Like, give us the rundown on what happened with Zcash.
Yeah. So essentially, a like security engineer at Zotl or associated with Zcash discovered a potential exploit in the ZK circuit that is used for the orchard pool. So essentially, like when you take your Zcash and you shield it into orchard, you're kind of putting it into like a smart contract of sorts, like that enshrines the behavior of the privacy pools, right? And so those have their own logic, right? He found this bug and he was like, oh, they're being pretty cheeky about the language of the bug, saying, oh, it would have been able to do like unvalid state transactions, which I mean, it seems like the honest way to read that is like there was a double spend bug, right? Like somebody could have exploited it to essentially spend the same amount of. They explained it. It had some amount of scalar math type stuff where I was like, okay, I mean, I don't really get it to be honest with you, but it's basically like, when you transition from like transparent Zcash to shielded Zcash, you're like playing by a different set of rules, right? Because they have to implement like essentially a new way for the coin to work, right? For it to be private, right? You can't just copy paste the same code over. It has to like do all the ZK logic and stuff, right? So it's possible just that as you like you want it to behave the same way, send, receive, but just all in private. But you can like introduce a bug when you do that, right? And it seems like that was the case here. So they, what they did is first they did like a soft fork to censor orchard transactions. So essentially what that is they just rejected them. So I think it was about like a 24-hour time window, but for however long, they basically said, hey, everybody run this soft fork software, miners, exchanges, wallet operators. And it basically means if anybody went to do a transaction within the orchard pool, we would just pretend it, like just ignore it, right? Like not include the transaction. The point of that was essentially like, while they're trying to fix the bug, if somebody else would have discovered the bug,
it's not going to work.
They could exploit it. But by blocking all transactions, it can't be exploited. So then they fix the bug, and then they do a hard fork that essentially moved the ZK circuit like to this new valid logic that doesn't have the exploit anymore. So there's a lot of like different pieces. Like the first piece is like, let's be clear, it's just not good. I don't see how it's good that Zotl can ping everybody and be like, just ignore that these privacy pools exist, and they can like instantly get everybody to do that, and then that can also just like hit the network with a hard fork, and we're all just like on this new network now. Like, I understand the response where people are like, oh, it was easy to coordinate because the bug was so serious. So if there was a hyper serious Bitcoin bug, maybe they'd coordinate too. But there is a hyper serious Bitcoin bug named Quantum, and nobody's coordinating, right? So like, end of the day, like, you just have to admit that like it's a concerning amount of centralization, even though they did the right thing. Like it would have been worse to leave the bug in there for sure, right? But like, it exposes and reminds us of like, candidly, like the value of Bitcoin not doing anything. Like, that's problem number one, is centralization. Problem number two is the privacy pools, because there's actually Orchard is like a follow-up to some other Zcash privacy pools, right? It was one of the big upgrades that made it super dope. But they operate on like what's called the turnstile.
Okay.
So essentially, if I deposit 10 ZEC and you deposit 10 ZEC into the pool, the network knows that there's 10 ZEC in the private pool. You and I can swap back and forth all day and it will be hidden, but they know the total amount. That way, like when I go to withdraw, I can't withdraw 30 ZEC because I'll put in 10 and you put in 10. The network knows there's only 20 ZEC. But imagine I used this exploit and I really have 10 ZEC, but I sent a bunch of other wallets in there I own 10 ZEC on double spends, and then I could just drain the pool, like classic DeFi style. I could pull out all the way up in turnstile. So what that essentially means is the points from this. But there could be an artificial amount of Zcash. Okay, wait, how are we doing?
It's like it's a little chopped.
Are we back?
Yeah, keep going first. Keep going and see.
Okay. But there could be, so like Zcash network, there's still the same known amount of tokens. But in the privacy pool, it could have been the case where, say there's 1 million deposits in there, some guy just went and created 17 million private tokens that nobody knows about because it's a privacy pool. Nobody knows it was actually exploited. Now, he could only pull out the 1 million, but what happens if other people start to integrate like, oh, I can buy this thing with private tokens. I don't ever have to leave the pool to buy a Chipotle burrito, or I don't ever have to leave the pool to do a transaction with near intent, and you never know.
And so, like the thing I always thought was funny about privacy coins, like one of my favorite bits was like, no one actually knows what the supply of an arrow is because it's private. There's no way to ever really know if there was some sort of double spend, double mint function exploit that happened at some stage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And think of it this way, right? Like, you could also, there's reason to believe you wouldn't drain it right away. Like, if I had all that private ZEC and I instantly pulled it out into the public pool, everybody would know, and the exchanges would shut down, everybody would shut down. But why don't I just withdraw 1,000 ZEC every day and just pay myself a permanent dividend until that pool is slowly drained, right? Like, so the problem is like it just creates this uncertainty, right? And that uncertainty is kind of inherent to these private projects, right? And I think the Zcash turnstile mechanism is actually pretty clever because Monero, you could have God knows how many coins,
No one even
right,
knows.
and never prove it. Zcash, you can at least prove there's this many transparent possible coins, right, which is good. So the exposure is less, but like I don't know. I don't think it should be underplayed, the centralization and the level of concern that like this created, at least for me.
I mean, the funniest bit about the whole thing is that it pumped on this news. Everyone was blowing my phone up about it. I looked at the chart. I'm like, oh, it's green. Why is everyone asking me questions about this?
I think, I mean, it basically says two things. It says, one, people fucking hate Bitcoin right now. They don't care.
People
They're just
really
like,
hate Bitcoin right now. I'll do anything.
I'll do anything to get out of it, right? I'm like an indiscriminate diversifier of my Bitcoin is the first thing it says. The second thing it says is like people just don't really understand this like ZEC dynamic. They see it as just like a network upgrade, which has been like very normalized by Ethereum and Solana and Hyperliquid, which is fine. But like the thing to remember is like those projects aren't money, right? Like you go to sleep at night holding Bitcoin like a baby because you know Satoshi isn't going to post a blog the next morning saying, hey, I froze all your funds overnight. You know, like that's why I sleep like a baby holding Bitcoin before all this quantum shit. But like, look, I don't want to wake up and see a blog from Zuko ever. like, you know, like I only want to see one more blog from him in the rest of my life. And it's like, hey, here's the quantum resistant plan. We've done the thing, or ZKs are quantum resistant. We're done now. That's it. That's the only thing I ever want to read from Zuko. You know, like it's a problem.
It's a good take. It was crazy. It was green. So what did you do? Did you sold Zcash?
No. So okay. So yesterday I have to break news to anybody who's actually a Tulip fan. Yesterday I trimmed some Bitcoin. Did
you really do it?
I did it. I did.
Have you ever sold Bitcoin before?
No. It's like it was. I hope I sold the bottom. Looks like I didn't, unfortunately. But no. I just like it's.
You've never sold Bitcoin ever.
Ever.
You know, one of the reasons
so
I told Malcolm we have to hire you accounting parties. You came on the stream and I asked you what percent of your net worth was in Bitcoin. You said 150%. I said, what does that mean? You said, I'm on margin. I'll never.
Yeah. So I literally went from like, well, so basically it's kind of been an interesting like story for me. Before like during that interview, I was like 150, 160%, depending on the price, whatever margin, right? And then, we got into like stocks and all that other stuff. And like, it's kind of funny. I've been on like one of the greatest trading hot streaks of my life. And I was like, for the first time ever, I was just turning profits into hype instead of into Bitcoin. So my kind of like, Bitcoin went from 160% to 140% to 110 to 90%, just normally, just by not even by selling any, but just by making money on all of these other assets, right? And after essentially closing the last of my Bitcoin based margin and then trimming the position, it's like a third of my portfolio right now.
What?
It's crazy. Yeah. In the last year, I've gone from like 150% Bitcoin to like 30% Bitcoin. It's nuts.
Whoa. What pushed you over the edge? I felt bad because I felt like I was responsible. I'm not going to lie. I felt like I was partially responsible and I felt bad this morning. I'm going to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think like, so one, I think the first time, like with Zcash was the first time I was actually really hedging Bitcoin.
Yes.
Where I was like, I'm holding some Zcash because either Bitcoin doesn't fix privacy, which look, now based on the coin audit, I'm not even sure if Bitcoin should try to be private. Maybe Airmass is right, and we should all just hide our Bitcoin from the IRS and mixing pools, and then it's functionally private. You didn't hear that from me. And then as far as like quantum goes, I'm also starting to think, look, maybe we let the quantum get hacked. They full port, full stack all the coins, liquidate Sailor, take Bitcoin to 4K, one last holy distribution, and then we rip it back to 2 million. Like funnily enough, what Zcash is teaching you right now is there is actually something to be said about the network doing nothing ever, right? So like maybe it's just the case of if you have, it's funny, say quantum's happening in 5 years. If you have a 7-year time horizon, that's a problem. If you have a 70-year time horizon, look, those coins will get stolen, but then they'll get distributed, they'll get sold, right? And then problem again, right? You've solved quantum, you're still proof of work. There's been 0 soft forks, there's been 0 asset seizures, and even the quantum transactions were playing by the rules. So it still remains the most fair crypto ever made. And now it's secured by quantum compute, and it's like secured by basically quantum hash, real hash. So, but long story short, I hedged with the Zcash, right? And I just, we reached the point where it's like the first time is like, it's not so easy as you can buy Bitcoin and do nothing.
Which is
right?
probably for the better, by the way.
Yes. That's why hype is going up.
It's like the markets don't work like this, is what I've learned. Is you can't just like buy the guaranteed thing, log off for 4 months and guaranteed make the money forever. Otherwise it'd be too efficient. There'd be no opportunity to make any money.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And I think like, it used to be so simple as like Bitcoin is essentially the crypto ETF. And if you wanted to get cute, you would like buy some ETH or buy some Solana. But we saw that you can't blindly hold ETH. Obviously, you can't blindly hold Solana. So why would it be the case that you could blindly hold Bitcoin either? And at this point, like Hyperliquid, which is where all of these crypto tokens want to trade anyways, like that's a better crypto index than Bitcoin, right? Because you have exposure to just crypto market cap and therefore volumes growing, which generates more fees. And you have exposure to the growth area of like equity perps, RWAs, like HIP4 creating options contracts. It's like an ETF on Bitcoin. It's an ETF on everything, basically. So yeah. I mean, I'm like a third Bitcoin, a third Hype, a third ZEC. It obviously changes just based on.
It also,
like, I'm kind of like straddling, right?
On the just put a pin in the privacy thing. Part of me feels like listening to you talk about it, part of me feels like rather than a default private currency, you would rather just have existing currencies with an ability to shield the transactions. Like the near type of process where you can like make individual transactions private. You can go private by choice if you want, but the currency doesn't have to be private by default because it comes with a plethora of problems if you start private. Oh, your Wi-Fi's fried.
Yeah. Well, this is the near thesis, right? And this is the how about now?
Yeah, you're back. You're back.
Right. I mean, this is the near thesis, and this is the railgun thesis, right? Is like make it you tap into privacy and then you tap out of privacy, and it can just exist at the protocol level. It doesn't need to exist at like the base layer.
Yeah.
And then competing protocols can have competing implementations. People pick the most secure one with the best integrations, the best liquidity, and we move on. I mean, I think like I don't hate that conclusion, honestly.
Yeah. Damn. Okay, give me like a mini alt season take, if you have one. On people want some bull porn. What do you like? How do you think it plays out from here?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think you essentially at this point, you need some hype has to continue performing, right? Like what hype is telling the market is that like, okay, revenue actually matters. The other thing that it's telling the market is like buybacks and caring about the tokens matter, right? So like Helium Foundation kind of rugged everybody, right? What was the one deal where like Axelar was bought by Coinbase, kind of rugged everybody, right? Like no more of these like toxic acquisitions where the holders have no rights. No more of this, oh, I'm going to turn buybacks on and off, right? Like put the revenue on chain, put the buybacks on chain, and just swap the token ad infinitum, right? Like that is becoming like the winning tokenomics model, which is exactly what like we've all kind of always wanted to happen. So first and foremost, like hype just needs to keep going up. If it does go up, then the real bull case here for anybody who like wants to get back to like meme coin level returns is like there is an army of like crypto projects that actually make decent money and like make really decent money compared to their market caps, right? Like to avoid like shilling small tickers, just go on DeFi Llama and look at like the revenue tab and see which of these projects actually make money, right? Now you have to be careful because like you're making two bets, right? That they're making money and it will continue to grow, and that the team is going to like make the right decisions to align that revenue to the token, right? So like one example of it going the other direction is like Collector Crypt Cards. I mean, you have their official handle tweeting that this is like a valueless meme coin. I think they're being maybe kind of cheeky because they keep like signaling some level of concern about the SEC and stuff. So look, if they're scared of being sued, whatever, I guess. But like that's a revenue generating project that like tells you it's a meme coin. Like I don't know why anyone's buying that thing, right? Like that's the most toxic like investor relations you can imagine. So like it's an army of minefields, but there is a whole range of tokens in that like 10 to 50 mil like range that like honestly, like if they just did the right things and like showed that they had steady leadership, could all re-rate like 10x, right? Like they're not going to be like multi tens of billion dollar protocols like hype, but their margins are good. Why not trade at 100 mil or 80 mil, right? Like there's multiple after multiple to be found at these like low revenue generating projects if the teams can just get their heads out of their asses.
It's a good take. Also, Live Life TV, thank you for the 5 gifted. I'm not even gonna say pump fun. I'm not gonna say it. I like your the way you think about it. I think hype has to perform. I think if hype stops performing, we have big problems on our hands. This is why I get scared every time there's like a mini run, and then it's like, okay, we're buying WorldCoin. Okay, we're buying we're buying Grat. We're just like ripping high max beta alts. Also, thank you for coming on and giving us your Zcash thesis. You got give me like sign off with like a Bitcoin thesis from here. Like, I know you kind of talked about it, but like you are like a decent amount of my conviction. Like, give me some like give me like a little Bitcoin sauce before you leave. I'll let you go after, but give me something, dude. Give me like, and don't say 4K again. Don't do that again. Give me something before you go. Just a way to think about it, a mental model. Give me something.
Yeah, dude, I don't want to hit it with the like the world is gonna end, so you have to long Bitcoin, but like it remains the same. Like this is like it is the like hardest, most pure asset. It is like resistant to like political forces, to screw it. It might even just ignore quantum. Like it might just like it's kind of bullish actually, I think. If it says, fuck it, we don't care about quantum, we're just going to plow straight through it. Hack the coins, market sell them. Next 10 minutes, there's going to be a block. And 10 minutes after that, there's going to be another block. Fuck you, we're not changing the rules, right? Like, that's actually, like, that is the most, like, resolute symbol of, like, this currency is what it is, take it or leave it. Which, by the way, has been the entire value prop the whole time, right? And, like, society, like... Dude, like money is like what you get for like spending your time on shit. Like you work on things and you like give things your attention and you like put time and brain power into this stuff, and your reward from society is like money, which is then your claim to like other people's time and attention. It's actually so like deeply important to the species that we have like a fair and equitable money that like is as hard and resistant and like true as possible, right? That like doesn't ever change the rules, right? And so like we're all playing the same game no matter where you are in the world, no matter who you are. That's like, you still have to believe that it's actually so deeply important for society and humanity, and is going to make the world so much of a better place. How could it not go to 1 million? right? And then 10 million, and then 100 million, and eventually pick your line where 1 BTC equals 1 BTC, right? Like we actually, as bearish as I am, and like as much as I didn't want to sit through this price action because I'm having like just a trading hot streak, like it's destiny. Like it's going to go to 1 million because it is actually just still better than everything else ever invented, right? Like thank God for Satoshi.
There he is.
There you go.
There he is. There's like a parallel universe somewhere where you are Michael Saylor and you never did the like weird dividends shit. And
dude, I'll tell you what, if I was Michael Saylor, I would have fucking died before selling. I would not. They'd have to drag me out.
Thank you, bro. Tulip King, you're the GOAT, man. You, by the way, you for the chat as well. He is on a Jenny trading streak. I'm not gonna lie. He's on a Jenny trading streak, and
Pharma next.
We're ripping Pharma next. Yeah. AI Pharma. I like it. I like it a lot. Dude, you're the anything final? Thank you for coming on for like a quick. I think it was time for a quick little banker. Anything else you want to add? You're the GOAT.
No, that's all I got. It's a pleasure. Let's enjoy the new brand and the new overlays, everybody.
They want to know what that book is behind you.
This book, More Money Than God.
They can't see that one.
And then
that one they want to know.
This book, Damon. It's about like an AI that takes over after some guy dies.
Oh, nice. Nice, man.
Yeah, very topical.
Yeah,
very
cool.
topical research.
Cool, dude.
Yeah. And then this one's a tour book of Japan. So multiple books.
Beautiful. You're the GOAT. Tulip, you're the fucking man, dude. Thanks for coming on. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah.
All right, brother. I'll see you on our call in like a couple hours.
Yeah, I'll see you in like 20 minutes.
I'll see you in like 30 minutes. Yeah. All right. Peace, brother.
Yeah.
Live the Live TV. Thank you for the gifted, man. I really appreciate you. You're the fucking man, dude. Thank you for the gifted. Everyone in the pick gets a Chromebook and a copy of More Money Than God. That's so good. First chatter. Yagi. Welcome, brother. Welcome to the fucking stream. Welcome to the fucking stream. Tulip King's the GOAT. Remember when I promised I'd get a Chromebook and I just fucking lied to his face and never bought it for him? I'm like, do you really need it? He's like, bro, I really need it. I'm like, all right, I'll buy you a Chromebook. I never did it. Not because I forgot about it, but I just like, not because I meant to not do. I just forgot about it, and I sort of like, yeah, I don't know. I promised him a Chromebook, and I just like, for what, I don't know. I was like really up one day in the market, and I was like, who needs a Chromebook? And he's like, me. And then I'm like, I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, how can I verify if he actually needs a Chromebook or not? And then I kind of like got stuck at that phase. Like, how do I verify if I'm like asking him for bank statements. I'm asking him for like income pay stubs. I'm asking him for like receipts from lunch. Like it just like got a little dark, and I was like, dude, we're not doing a Chromebook today. It's a Chromebook or a Chromebook. I went full. I asked Social Security. Like I did the whole like thing, and it just yeah, that's if I can find him, if you can prove that you were the Chromebook kid, I'm gonna buy you a Mac Neo. Is what I'm gonna do. If you can prove you're the Chromebook kid, I completely forgot who it was. It was a while ago too. It was like, dude, it was like 4 months ago. I like completely forgot. If you can provide evidence that you're the Chromebook kid, I'll buy you a Mac. I'll buy you a Mac. With 11%, I'll give you 11% yield via my stretch income statements on strategy. I'll give you 11% of my 11% yield on stretch for a couple months. Double layer laptop promise. I'll give you instead of a Chromebook, you could pick. I'll give you a Chromebook, or I'll invest in Bitmine and I'll give you 9% yield derivatives paid out over 6 months. But I'm not going to tell you how much money I'm going to put in the vehicle. Guys, I love you. Today's a sick day. I am happy that the branding is finally done. This stream is fire. I've been watching on YouTube for a min. Kept it popping off. Keep it popping off. Hey, welcome, Hyper Swings. First chat, man. You watch on Twitch, dude. I don't see the YouTube numbers, and my dopamine receptors are very tied to whether or not the viewers are up on Twitch. So like people watching YouTube and it fucks with my dopamine, man. I have a bad day sometimes, even though you're here. You know? So if you wouldn't mind like a second tab on Twitch, that'd be fun. You could like do both. That'd be preferable. It's bad for my dopamine receptors. But hey, I appreciate you. Man, I'm happy that the branding's out. We're headed in the right direction. J-Dogs, no more X. We're heading in the right direction, man. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it right now. Fuck you guys. I'm doing it. I'm fucking doing it right now. I'm doing it right now. I'm doing it right now. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. I'm doing it. I'm fucking doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I am doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Yep. Everyone will trade. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Okay. Last one for the month. Last one for the month. But if you're new here, because there's a lot of new, I'm doing it. There's a lot of new people here. I have this Telegram. It's called The Pit. It's fucking lit. It's getting capped at 1,000. There's 80 spots left. Yep. There's 80 spots left. I only send it out once every other month. Once every other month I send it out. And I know I did it yesterday, but I'm not going to do it for 2 months. There's 80 spots left. It's not paid. I just post my thoughts. Don't expect much. Some people are calling it the Brad Pitt. Sorry. Sorry. No one called. Sorry, man. Maybe I shouldn't do it after that. If you want to join, I'm sending one link. It's right there. It's really cool and fun, and it might be a journal link. It might not, but you just have to trust me. Oh, look, you really cooked the thumbnail. I'm also gonna send it in the YouTube chat. Yep. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm deleting that. I'm deleting that. Deleted it from YouTube. You gotta watch on Twitter, or on what's it called, on whatever platform I stream on, Twitch. Anyways, yeah, I love the YouTube thumb, dude. You did cook. You did cook. I'm happy the branding is out. Tomorrow, I am going to be interviewing. All right, Luke wants Black Beatles. All right, tomorrow I'm going to be interviewing Andrew Kang. It's going to get posted on Thursday. And then I will be off on Friday. Okay, I'll be off on Friday. Look, I just want to tell you guys, we've been through a lot together, man. It's been 10 months of streaming. Think about how much different the fucking world was 10 months ago. Think about how much different the markets were 10 months ago. Okay, it probably was easier. The crypto market probably was easier 10 months ago. But if nothing that happened, think about where we would be right now.